4 good balls. Because the only time where he's actually not looked comfortable, Srivanshi, in this competition is when it was swinging all over the place. And that was the one where it was like he just smashed it straight up in the air. But he didn't have a look either, did he? He didn't have a look. He just tried to hit it for 6, and it was swinging loads, and it was straight at his throat. And he was like, no, I'm going to hit that for 6. That's fine. Whereas most people would have left it or, taken in some sort of evasive action rather than thinking that's a ball that I can hit for 6. But he should carry on like that, though, shouldn't he?
And Mohsin is a very different bowler also because of this height and all and high release. He can be a little deceptive because he can actually get some extra bounce from deceptive lengths also, like something which would not look like a steep bounce. He can actually get that. So I think the matchup also was pretty interesting. A left armer getting that extra bounce from high release and was kind of getting into his rhythm also because he was bowling 140 plus in that match, which we generally don't see from him these days. He's kind of tapered off in the last couple of seasons. So
injuries, I think, right?
Injuries, obviously, was that. And also, like, coming back to Vaibhav, I was listening to Dale Stein's interview where the question was put up to him, like, how would you bowl to Vaibhav Suryavanshi? He exactly said the same thing. I would look for the blind spot. So it was like, even a legend like him didn't say that I'll just bowl him my best ball and I will hope that my best ball, which has always troubled the bestest of the batters all over the years, would do it again for me. So he just said that I'll try to look for the blind spot. Even somebody like
that's amazing, isn't it? That's actually quite surprising that he would say that, because you'd think Steyn, particularly when he's retired and he doesn't have to bowl at him, you'd think he'd say, well, I'm Dale Steyn, so I'm awesome. So all I do is I bowl really, really fast, and it was good enough for everybody I ever played against to bowl my best, and I would just do that. I mean, obviously, the only time where Dale Steyn's best didn't work was when de Villiers took him down in the IPL.
Yes,
and that was
exactly.
That's about as box office as cricket gets, isn't it, when that was happening?
Yeah, that was peak cricket for sure. But even Yusuf Pathan once had a really good game, and he was one of the best hitters, right? Wasn't he?
God, yeah.
You remember that 72 he made of 22? I think Robbie also played in that game, and I remember seeing a photo of them in the dugout where Robbie was there and Joy Bhattacharya was there, and like they just won that game out of nowhere, chased it down.
2014, na? 2014.
Yeah, 2014 right? For the top 2 spot, right?
Yes. Yeah. Like they kept on backing Yusuf. They kept on backing Yusuf the whole season for that kind of a knock, and then finally he delivered.
Whoa, Jurel has finally gone now, guys. What a shot.
He's got one away, because I was just thinking he looks like he's flapping a bit here because he wants to hit the 6. But now he has, and what a shot that is.
Because I was also surprised, like somebody like Dale would also say that I'll look for the blind spot. So it's like, considering the fact the 15-year-old has come on an international stage and kind of whacked everybody, the bestest of the best, all over the park, and suddenly people see that there has to be some weakness, there has to be some issues, and they're just not bowling their best balls to him. Because even Robbie pointed out today, right? They've been bowling a little too short to him.
Yeah, exactly. See, that's what Mohsin did, right? They showed his pitch map. I think everything almost was on a good length. He just backed himself, kept bowling there, and eventually he got the prize for it.
Exactly. That's a classical example. One bowler who stuck to his best balls and finally got the reward. And he couldn't score off. Even there was a slot ball, he couldn't score off. Because
it suggests a bit that he's in their heads, all this overthinking, and that they're running scared of him a bit, which is unbelievable because he's a 15-year-old child. But it's not
crazy. That level of intimidation is crazy, right?
For a child to do it in a man's game.
Yeah.
We've not seen this in pro sport before.
Because when you probably in Sachin's time, you probably saw it.
Were they scared of him when he was 15?
I mean, he hit Kadir, no? Abdul Kadir for that exhibition match.
3 sixes or something, didn't he? In an over.
And he had hit even Mushtaq also. And that was 18 ball 50 for Sachin in that match, actually.
Exactly.
18 ball 50.
Back then,
that
18
era.
50. Yeah.
In that era, on that ground, which is massive ground.
Really good shot from Jurel here, by the way. Just timed that. And bad fielding, of course, in the deep.
Yeah, we're now going to just say when it's good fielding, because the default is bad fielding.
Yeah,
that's a fair call. Palmed it into the rope for 4. I didn't know Sachin had that that aura about him at such a young age.
Yeah, he did.
I knew everyone knew how talented he was, but I didn't know they were running.
It was an ODI match. It was supposed to be a second ODI, but it rained, so they had to curtail it, and it turned it. Then they turned it into an exhibition match. It took down Mushtaq Ahmed for a six, couple of them, I guess. Then Qadir walked up to him and said, like, "Bachche ko kyun maar rahe? Why are you trying to hit it against a kid? Like, try that against me." And then he ended up scoring 4 sixes off him in the next over. And Abdul Qadir, till the time he was alive, kept on admitting that I bowled to the best of my abilities, but that kid was just exceptional. It was not like as if I was just tossing it up, because it was an exhibition match. I just tried my level best, but this kid was just exceptional at that time.
Yeah,
amazing.
And you can find the footage of that on YouTube also. There's the footage of that on YouTube. It's a very grainy one, but you can find.
Oh, by the way, somebody put in the super chat that Ngidi is going to be discharged. Right. So,
Yes. So Abhilash S. So the 6 against Saqib happened. Now that we have seen poor man Sachin versus Alanga, let's recall what we were doing then. Just started watching cricket. Good one, I say. So Robbie started in 92. So by that time, Robbie was already a pro. He was smacking runs for fun for his school team. Right? 98?
Yeah. I was already playing school cricket by then. Yeah.
So Rob,
beautiful.
Where were you in 98?
98. What was I doing? I wasn't yet obsessed with cricket in 98. It was 99 that I started becoming completely obsessed with it. So we only had bits of it on the TV, kind of 98. You know, we would basically just have England test matches, and you might get some, and not all of them either, not the away ones. You'd probably get England home test would be on the TV, and they'd interrupt it for stuff like horse racing and the news. Like, they didn't really care about it. And then, because we never had like Sky TV or cable when I was growing up. And then you might get on a Sunday, if you were lucky, you'd get one of the domestic 60 over or whatever it was, one of those games. NatWest Trophy or the B&H Trophy or whatever it was called. And then 1999, they just showed the whole World Cup. And I had reasonably important school exams that summer. So instead of doing my revision for them, I just watched every single game of that World Cup. And I was completely obsessed with cricket. By the end of it, I just thought it was so interesting. Because cricket, you can really get into it, can't you? Because it's a bit like baseball. There's so many variables. And as somebody who's always been obsessed with sport ever since I can remember, always, to find one where there's that many variables, because you watch tennis, right? Once you've watched tennis for a couple of weeks, you know how tennis works. And the good thing you have with tennis is the different surfaces which change things, right? You get specialists on clay and you've got to go over and play against the sand rats or whatever they call them. Right, brilliant. But essentially it's the same game over and over again, tennis. Whereas you can have these two playing tomorrow, and if the pitch is different, they're due like 50 runs less. Both of these
what
teams.
A shot.
How do you even do that?
Oh boy.
Shivang's dropped it way too short, but what would you call
terrible
that?
ball, to be fair. Yeah.
And like, to be honest, I really liked him as a bowler because he's been brave this IPL. And look, Weber was kind of intimidated him also.
Just so you know, there's going to be a wicket in the next over. I don't want to spoil the game for everyone, but there's going to be a wicket next over because this is over number 12. And as we established today, when we looked at the numbers, over 12 always goes. So that's happened as the kid hits another monstrous 6. When he is fully able to free his arms, the swing is just glorious, isn't it? The way he powers through the ball. So that's an enormous, great big 6. So we know that this over goes for loads of runs. We didn't need to watch it. That's a fact. Over 12 gets dealt with. But then inexplicably, over 13 is when the wicket comes. So mortgage your houses, have all your money on wicket in the next over. It's definitely going to happen. Just see Cheyenne going quiet. You can see he's putting all his bets on.
maybe Robbie. That's why he's off. He's in the background.
Yeah, Robbie's off down the
I'm
bookies.
here.
No, you're straight to
No,
the
That's
book.
what I'm saying. I said Robbie's taking all the shots, so he's kind
With
of.
all the scrutiny I'm under, are you crazy? There's no way I'm getting involving myself in shit like that.
Totally agree. No ways.
Oh.
They don't have bookies in Dubai anyway, do they? It's not really a thing.
No.
No.
I didn't
it's
see
not
any.
allowed.
I didn't see any betting stuff when I was over there. That's for sure. They have racetracks, don't they? They've got a couple of racetracks where you're allowed to bet.
They do, yeah. There's your horse racing and that's here. So, wee!
Finally misses the
one,
ball.
Missed the ball
Finally
completely.
got a little brave. Pitched the ball up.
Yes.
Yeah, that also. Spun away, right?
I don't
Spun
know
a
if
bit
it
away, I
won
think.
much.
Yeah, just a little bit away is what I thought.
Must have been just enough. So how many off the 12th? That's the first big over for a while. They got 15 off that one. 15 off the one before. So they're motoring now. So this is where the inexplicable slowdown comes. Do we know when the ball changes and who makes the decision? Is it the umpire say, right, the ball changes once and it's now? Is that what happens? Is that why this over is going low?
Yeah, it's umpires basically. Like unless it's because they've changed the rules this year.
Yeah,
the mandatory ball change.
Yeah,
Earlier it was So earlier it was also according to discretionary of like what the captain would think, but I don't think so. It's anymore there because they just wanted to be like more harmonious and more consistent. So that's why they've come up with.
So
those
if you
rules
go
this
by
year.
what you're saying, Rob,
then
Nitish Kumar Reddy should bowl a wicket over in this over.
It's going to happen. There's no question about it. We have to watch it because we're on a watch along, but it's in my head. It's already happened. He's already got somebody out in this over. Partnership breaker.
Whoa, there was an edge.
Edge for 4. Universe just needs to align itself. Don't worry. He's going to get him out now.
So even we were discussing this yesterday also, Robbie, and then we had 2 13-over wickets in yesterday's match. So like in first inning, Gill got out in 13th over, and second inning, Padikkal got out in 13th over.
So damn interesting, man. When Jared is showing us the graph today, I was like, dude, what's happening here?
Yeah, and it actually happened yesterday. So Jared was discussing it in yesterday's game, and then we saw 2 instances of that happening.
Surreal has caught up fine here, though, has he not? He was going at like a runner ball, and now he's like going to score a 50 very soon.
Yeah, since he was 23 off 23 or whatever, he's been really good. He's basically doubled his score in 10 balls.
Yeah, exactly.
And RR is also looking good, guys. Like, I think they can actually push it to 250, 260.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if the middle order has to do the job because they've not done it yet, have they? They've not
exactly
motored anything on. It's a poor ball wide.
Yeah, that's been the concern. So it's been all 1, 2, 3. That's it. And after that, the middle order has struggled.
You'll need someone that can go from ball 1, right? Because if you want to score 250, 260, then if a wicket falls, you can't like afford a massive slowdown. I think you have to then keep going for it.
Well, this is what Pereira is there for, right? That's his job, is to tee from ball 1. It's a very clear role for him normally. Like he's had to come in a couple of times to rebuild.
Sorry, I didn't catch you.
He's had to come in. Ferreira.
Oh, Ferreira.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's had to come in a couple of times this tournament and rebuild. Brilliant shot from Gerald. That's a great shot.
Some shot.
So good.
It's beautiful shot. Another 50 for him.
Just out and out timing. Really good 50 as well because he was doing, like I say, he was doing the singles thing for his first 23 balls, and then he's managed to get to 51 off 34, which is a hell of a. So as soon as he looks good, doesn't he, Robbie?
Yes.
Yeah, it looks so good.
So when he came on the scene first time, in Test matches,
Test series,
2024,
yeah.
he gave me the glimpses of Virat also. Like looked like him early on.
His down the ground game is really good. Like that's what
Huh.
first caught my eye in that season. I remember.
Wide
Another
again.
wide.
Wheels
So,
falling off a bit here for Sunrisers.
Yeah. So Nitish is kind of trying to, I would say, reverse the odds here. Huh? He's conspiring against the universe.
Did you see Cummins's pace? Did they show that? Because he's obviously started pretty well, considering. None for 23. He's the only one that's not.
We were watching the other game at that time, so.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh,
and
no
guys,
problem. No
we
problem.
have a
Certainty. Absolute certainty.
Rob Barron, you beauty. Well done, you.
Just never in doubt. It's something is happening here because it keeps happening. The 12th gets shelved and there's a wicket in the 13th. And that was from a bat who's looking awesome as well.
Yes, and Robbie, and you know,
Imagine how,
to be honest,
like, the guy who took the catch, what's his name?
They're going to erect a statue of him for being the only person that's caught the ball today.
I think.
Oh, he's the one who dropped it today.
Yeah,
that was
Aniket,
Burma, wasn't it? Aniket.
Yeah, Aniket took it. So
I think that is
Robbie,
Aniket only.
So there's a rationale also. We were kind of discussing it with Jared in the first innings, in the first match. So the ball change happens out at 12th over. The new ball generally has a better seam. It's more protruded. So that's why Nitish Kumar Reddy, even against that match against KKR, got a lot of seam movement. He was able to take out certain wickets at that time. Like he came on in 13th over only and was able to take the wicket straight away in that match also. So that's the reason they kind of gave him the ball again, because he's able to make the best use of the seam, especially with this ball change.
It's interesting, and it's a sort of thing that, firstly, it's fascinating when you break it down for just as Jared always does. You know, he's always weaseling around to find things that are interesting in cricket, right? But for betting, that stuff is gold. It really is. It's like, but the thing is, for talking about cricket and analysing stuff, patterns are all well and good, but for gambling, you've got to pick out the patterns that actually mean something, right? So you can turn that into money. And it's like, well, this thing has happened 5 times in a row. So this is why we record everything. We record everything and you go, well, this has happened loads of times. And then you have to make the judgment. Is this just coincidence? Because you can prove whatever you want with numbers. We've had that conversation before. Is it just coincidence, or is this a thing? And what you just said there, Deepak, means that this might actually be a thing, that this 12th over is doing this and this 13th over is doing this for a reason, because of the ball change, right?
And you would see the dismissal also. The ball landed on the seam and moved away. You don't see that in a 13th over, right? Because
right.
The seam would have died down by that time. So the new ball, the harder ball, having a more protruded seam, is kind of sticking into the pitch and moving away. So there was a seam movement on that ball. So I think if Varun can actually give us the data on that ball, I think that'll be interesting, because that ball actually moved away. That's why Jurel was kind of trying to pull it, and then he kind of sliced it.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
He tried to play through the line, but the ball kind of deviated a little bit, didn't it?
Yes, exactly.
And he was in complete control until then. Complete control. So now it's time for Parag to step up, because he hasn't had a good time of it, has he, this season?
I think in all the IPLs he's played, I think only one season where things have kind of gone his way, right?
Yes.
Where he's had a very good season. Then at the back end of that, he went on to play for India on the back end of that.
Yes.
Yeah, he's really got to step up here.
Yeah, that season he got 570 something runs, batting number 4.
Yeah.
And that was the one where it's like, right, he's realizing his talent here. But this season, he's got to do it. This is a good time for him to get back into it as well, because it looks like a perfectly reasonable pitch to me. The attack's not particularly great. Are they having another break here?
Timeout.
Okay.
Timeout.
So this is something what I think is going to be the forte of Combox, the data and everything, the deep analysis, and how we can actually find patterns and can make sense of all that. So I think this is such a good analogy of what 5 years down the line would be the core competency of Combox in a very well-established manner, I would say.
That'd be good, wouldn't it? If it's like, right, look at the different brains that you've got though as well. Everyone's got their different strengths, haven't they? Like you'll never be able to get, none of us will ever be able to get what Robbie's got. We'll never be able to see it through a player's eyes, right? So it's great that you can actually ask the man questions. You go, well, because I have all these ideas, all these theories, and you know, most of it is just because I've watched cricket loads and loads. And then I can go, right, does this happen in a cricket match? He goes, no, that's horseshit. I was like, okay, okay, well, I'll throw that one in the bin. What about this one? Well, that one happens. Now that one then has more weight, right? So now I'm going to do a bit more work around this. It's really interesting. Then you've got, obviously your brain is good enough to get you into what was it, the 9th best university in India or whatever it is.
It's the best university in India.
Got him.
Not the best. It's not the best.
I expect to get a nibble there.
IIT is the best university in India, right?
Not Delhi.
Delhi, Bombay, they compete. First, like recent rankings,
no,
Delhi
not
is number
Delhi.
1. Last year, Bombay was number 1. So ranking
But
wise, Delhi
when you went to IIT, it was number 1, not by a long shot.
No, it was number 1 at that time because
It became number 1 because of Deepak, Robbie.
Then it became number 1 because of you. Because of you and your friends.
I have nothing to do with that. Like, to be honest, like in our era, Kharagpur was doing better. Kharagpur was almost topping the charts when Kanpur also came in between. Yes, so you're right. So Delhi and Mumbai were kind of.
What a shot!
He's ridiculous. It is down.
But everyone's bowling to save themselves against him. No one's bowling to get him out.
Yes.
They're scared of him.
They're scared of him. Actually scared of him.
That's a terrible
Look at that
ball.
length. Look at the ball. Horrible.
Yes.
It's a horrible ball.
Half tracker down leg. But he doesn't have to deal with it. But yeah, that's the plus, isn't it? Is everybody's got a very different brain.
Yeah, 100%.
Like,
and
who would
seeing
have thought
the cricket from a different angle, isn't it? We all see it from a different perspective. Suryavanshi, there isn't a man there. Just goes straight and takes the fall. What a player. 97 he's on now.
So he won't be able to break his own record of 35 ball 100, but he can do it in 36 balls, which is equally good.
So he got 78 off 26. That's his highest score so far. And it's quite likely that he gets his 100 off this ball right now because Saqib is struggling this over. And I've been so impressed with Hussain this IPL. And I think this is the over where his brain looks a little bit scrambled to me for the first time. If you watch in there, Deepak, he's sort of looking around going, can somebody help me here? I'm not quite sure how to bowl to this kid. And the next ball is right on middle stump, Yorker length. And he's dealt with that for 6. Ridiculous cricket shot. I don't think that ball's that bad. I think that ball's all right. And he's just belted it over long on for 6. Ludicrous talent.
What was that?
103 off 36 with 12 sixes.
What was that?
Play. He's 15 years old. Fucking hell.
Who would have thought that such a thing is even possible?
This is incredible.
But guys, if you'd have seen the catch I took when I was 15, it makes these innings just look like nothing, like a stroll in the park.
What catch is that?
It was in a school game. I was playing for the school team as a specialist fielder because I couldn't bat or bowl. And they had a guy who hit the ball definitely harder than Suryavanshi. He was a bit older. Probably a better player, I think, if we wound it back. No, this guy just used to absolutely hammer it, and I was fielding it like silly mid off and just took a screamer. But it probably wasn't better than the.
Gone.
Oh,
That's gone.
Clean in next ball. LBW. Was that slower ball?
Right.
He's trying to.
It was a full slower ball.
Yes.
Yeah. If he reviews this, he has reviewed this. This is hitting. This is missing leg, and it's missing off. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But it's not missing the other one. Fair play to Sakib for coming back there.
Try to get a little too cheeky there, I would say.
He has to have got a scratch on it
Finally.
if he's going to be safe.
That's
Far
plumb.
off.
He's not anywhere near hitting it, is he?
Yeah.
No.
It's plumb.
What
It's
a
smart
knock.
from him. It's smart from Sakib, to be honest. Like, to make a comeback when somebody's tonking you like that. This guy is... So which currency is this, Zar?
I have to look it up. Don't know. ZAR is that's the rand, South African rand.
Oh. It's plum LBW, so...
So how much is that? That's like 60p or something. Chahal still dropped the easiest catch against Mumbai, says SPV 90.
60p.
I don't know. Like, I think that Karanair, one of those Karanairs, was probably easier than the Chahal one. And as I keep saying about the Chahal one, Chahal can't catch, right? His body is not made for being an athlete. He just happens to be freakishly good at spin bowling, right? He can't do anything else. He can't bat. He can't really field. You're just trying to hide him in the field all the time. But the reason why Karanair was standing where he was standing to drop those catches is because he can catch, right? That's why he's standing there in the high traffic areas. And it must be a concentration thing, because I don't know how it's possible to drop those catches if you're good at catching. I don't understand it. So I would say both of Nair's today were worse than Chahal, because Nair has like a latent catching ability or an innate catching ability that Chahal doesn't have. If you Tim David used to drop loads at long on, long off, because they put him there because he's good at catching and he's like tall and a proper athlete and everything. But he never used to concentrate, and he'd just be like looking at people in the crowd and dozing off. And he used to drop quite a few there. I think he's got a lot better now, but it must be a concentration thing. And here's Ferreira. So they've now got two. This is where Rajasthan have got to step up, right? Because the kid's more than done his job, and Jarrell has more than done his job, and they've got them the platform of 170 for 3 or 14 overs. Now you have to go on, and you've got to get at least 230 from here. Anything under 230 from here is a failure from this platform, isn't it?
Even 230 is a
100%.
failure. I would say 240. Like 17 last 6 is achievable, right?
And a team that blasts off at the end here gets 260. As Ferreira gets away with the boundary straight away. That'll do.
Good shot.
It's a good shot. Very nice shot.
I think last
But that's the
6
thing
overs
also about Jaipur. It's like a rocket outfield.
Mm.
It is an absolute like rocket outfield. It flies off the
And
deck so hard.
How's the pitch, Robbie? How's the pitch there? Is it like it's kids or like?
Ask Viber, bro. He probably has a better read on the wicket than I do.
He only hit 12 sixes today.
Like,
Yeah.
how is the pitch like generally? It's like slowish.
I'm just thinking aloud, guys. I was thinking about this today when I took my kids out earlier. I was just thinking about this. I was thinking, has cricket hit another step in the evolution of its game of the game? Because this kind of batting is almost like par for the course in this IPL, right? It's nuts how people are starting the game. Like, look at Prab and Priyansh and Vaibhav.
Arya.
Yeah, sorry.
Abhishek. We'll see him soon.
Abhishek.
So between Suyavvanshi and Abhishek, they've played 15 innings in this IPL, and bearing in mind, in those 15 innings, between them they have been dismissed for 3 ducks. Right, in those 15 innings, they have scored 58 sixes between them. So they got out for naught 3 times out of 15. And then in the other 12, they have got 58 sixes between them. That is unprecedented 6 hitting. That's ludicrous 6 hitting. 150 balls Suryavanshi has faced. 150 balls Abhishek has faced in this Indian Premier League. Same amount each. And Suryavanshi has 31 sixes and Abhishek has 27. That is mental. And coming up behind them,
Crazy.
Arya has only faced 102 balls this IPL. He's only faced 102 balls. One of the games, he got man of the match when he faced, 11 balls? He's faced 102 balls this IPL. He's got 25 sixes. This is genuinely 1 in 4. That's nuts. It's nuts. It's Pete Gale numbers. And they're all bloody doing it.
Yeah.
All these kids.
Yo, it's scary, man. What cricket's becoming?
Because you forget Abhishek's only 25. Because Abhishek's been in the IPL for many years.
With kind of hitting these guys are doing, both Abhishek and Vaibhav Suryavanshi, they both even have the bulk of the runs. Like Vaibhav right now is the orange cap holder of this of this edition, and Abhishek is sitting at number 3. So there's a very good chance that he might become one this evening. So,
and for him to make his team, either of these 2 bats, right, or the 3 we just mentioned, Suryavanshi, Abhishek, and Arya, if they bat for the entire power play and that's it, they bat for 6 overs, their team will be massive favourites. If they bat for 6 overs, and we saw today a team chasing 260 in a T20, and only 5 years ago that would have been seen as an obscene number that was unchaseable, right? 264 is a ludicrous number.
Oh my god!
And after
5 years ago, even 3 years ago.
Yeah,
3 years ago.
Even 3 years ago.
They got 116 for none in the power play. 116 for none against a good bowling team. Like, where's the game going?
Do you guys remember that Punjab versus, I want to say, KKR game in 2024 where Punjab chased down 260 odd and it was seen as such a big achievement? Like, wow, this has happened. And now they've done it again. And like 260s and all, teams are scoring it over and over again.
And today it felt like they didn't even break the sweat. Like they just
scary.
Yeah, they had a bit. They had a bit in that 260 chase that they did with more than an over to spare. They had a bit where they were mucking about, where they were losing wickets, slowing down, knocking it around, like chilling out.
And it was not exactly a placid belter kind of a pitch. It was pretty slow surface also. Like KL also mentioned in the mid innings, right? So the surface is slowing down. So we could see that in second innings, spinners were getting some purchase of the surface.
Yeah,
and
Kuldeep in that over, right?
No, but guys, all of like batters, no, all of us batters will always say that to give our bowlers some confidence going into the second innings. It's just a way to back our bowlers. I don't know, the degree of truth attached to it is very little.
You have that's a very valid point actually. Somebody scoring 66 balls, 150 would say that for sure, like because he would at least want the team to defend it, right? And they really need some confidence going into that innings against Punjab for sure. The kind of batting they are.
Thanks, Abhilash. It's really cool. The ground next to Malaya Hospital. There's the ground next to Malaya Hospital is the St. Joseph Indian High School grounds. Which is one of the bigger grounds in Bangalore. Matting ground.
Oh wow.
We grew up playing on matting, like it's.
Yeah. I think it's why the next generation of Indian batters, I mean, you guys and the guys of your generation, they became really good against facing fast bowling, like going abroad and also doing it quite comfortably, right? And throwdowns became more of a thing.
Yeah.
So yesterday, this 49 all-out match came in my feed. In fact, yesterday night. So I ended up watching the highlights of that match again. So It's pretty strange, yeah. Pretty strange, to be honest. Like,
And they were
KKR
40
were
for
bossing.
5.
Yeah, KKR
They were
was
40
bossing
for...
the power play in first innings. They were bossing the power
Yes.
play. They were like 70, 80 odd, I think, in the power play. That kind of a power play
Yeah,
they had. Like,
guys.
Are we not entertaining enough for you, Robbie? Is that what this is?
Then another drop catch, Rob.
Oh my God. I was just about to say, right, Parag is 6 off 7, which is the exact danger zone for him. Like, he's definitely going to play the big shot next ball. It would have been a good catch, but it is yet another drop. That would have been a good catch, but it's yet another drop. I think he's made that way too difficult for himself. That's Reddy, isn't it? That's gone for that. So he's dived half an hour before the ball's got to him and has then got to dive upwards kind of thing. I think if he'd have done a bit more running first, he might have got there. But yeah, another one goes down. That one will not be in the 5 worst drops of today by the end.
Yeah, of course. Half chance still for me.
7 off 8 though, Parag.
Yeah.
He's in the high danger zone. Like, his wicket percentage for the next 2 or 3 balls he faces is really, really high because he's going to start swinging now. Because Ferreira's got
what they should do? You know what they should do across the IPL, across all the franchises? Make a whole video of every team's catches and send it to those individual team fielding coaches and fire the fielding coaches. Say, why are you fired? This is why you're fired. Like, they're
that is a
dropping
huge
basic
shot.
catches. This guy hits the ball, man. Shit, this guy is...
Yeah.
This guy's powerful.
That's out and out hand speed, isn't it? That one.
Yeah.
Watch how quickly his hands go through the ball there.
You've played alongside him, right, Robbie? Ferreira?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He hits the ball far, man.
You've covered him as well, right? Robbie in the SA20?
Yeah, he hits the ball far.
This is an interesting question. So Shretan KD asks, I was wondering how well Mahela does in terms of true stats, Zulu stats, the adjusted numbers that we do, as a T20 opener in the early 2010s. I remember I used to love watching him bat in the power play. We can definitely look this up. Actually, I will do it right now. But I think you're right, because he could find a lot of fours. I also have some memories of that back when we used to follow the Delhi Daredevils. I think he definitely had the ability to do that. And he had quite a run in T20 World Cups, right? I think he had the most runs ever in T20 World Cups for like a really long while till Virat eventually broke it. But yeah, super player in T20 World Cup specifically. And I'm just going to look up what he's done in the power play in the IPL.
So do you have memories of that also, Shan? Or like you just... Because you must be like,
memories.
what, 9?
I have seen Mahela Jayawardene play. I used to follow Delhi Daredevils. That time. I have seen him play. 2011, 12, 13, that time.
9 or 10 at that time, right?
Yeah, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, since I've been watching since then.
Nice. Very nice.
I mean, I was watching mainly for Sehwag and Kevin Peterson. But yeah, Mahela was also good.
Deepak should be called the mock exam OP. The number of questions he's got.
See?
Bro. Every 2 minutes, one question will pop up.
I have to keep the conversation alive, right? So,
You're right.
Question.
So in the IPL,
and I don't even have to think. It just triggers automatically. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's because you've been a fucking teacher for the last 20 years. Jack, it has to, unfortunately, it has to be called batting because everyone's batting this way right now. Otherwise, you could have called people hitters, right? Not batters. But today, everyone's batting this way. So it will be called batting and not hitting, even if it is just hitting.
So I looked up.
Do you have a question,
stats.
Deepak?
I was just trying to refer to something, but then I stopped. So, in the first match, what happened? When they were kind of getting smacked all over the park, like somebody on second floor wrote,
"Oh, what a ball! Whoa!
Jan Parag, another failure, dude.
Another failure for him. Another gem of a delivery from Pat Cummins as well. Wow."
So
I've literally just looked up his bowled percentage. He's 21% bowled at the death, which is quite high.
Yes, it's quite high.
And he's just nowhere near that one, is he? Because he's not even trying to play a shot against that ball. Hello.
He just wanted to time it, I think.
Hi, Trini.
But then again,
They're saying hi to you.
What do you even do to a ball like that?
So in the previous match, somebody on the Cricinfo wrote that I don't like these kind of matches. I'm more 160, 180 kind of a guy. So they replied on Cricinfo that you might.
Yeah. You might want to change your sport, my friend.
No. I'm not saying like somebody wrote. And then
I'm saying they might want to change their sport that they're following.
No, but like the guy on Cricinfo said, like you might see that kind of a match in the evening. The second match might be like that only, 160, 180 kind of a match. Like, how on earth you would say that? Like Weber and Abhishek are opening for their respective sides.
Who said that?
So Cricinfo, the commentary guy, so actually replied to that question that you might get that kind of a match in the evening. That 160, 180 kind of a match. So I was like, why? Why on earth would you say that?
Come on.
People say that. Done?
Yeah.
Do you want to say hi to them?
No, don't blame you.
I just want
To
go watch Gotami.
she wants to go watch Chota Bheem. Go.
Nice. That's an amazing cartoon. I also used to love it.
She was watching Chota Bheem till a point in time. Now she watches Big Chota Bheem, the one where he's become 10 years old. He's not a toddler anymore. He doesn't walk on his fours. He's on his feet.
Right.
Big Chota Bheem, Rob, is a cartoon.
How do I spell that? I'm going to look it up.
CHOTABHEEM.
Okay.
So it's the Indian Peppa Pigs, I would say. It's almost as popular as Peppa Pig.
I hate Peppa Pig. I hate.
No, so it's not like Peppa Pig at all, bro. Bro, with Chota Bheem, the initial Chota Bheem.
He looks quite cool. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Popularity
So
wise.
yeah. So he's a mythological figure, right? And he's someone who's known for being extremely strong and brave.
Yeah.
He definitely
Beating the villains and stuff
I'm in
like
the
that.
gym looking at that
They
physique.
even used to play cricket with the aliens and all. Do you remember that, Robbie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. I've never watched Chota Bheem ever in my life. It's
I've
easy.
seen,
Our kids
I've
watch
seen
it.
that.
I have seen it because I was young.
I've seen it because of my kids, not because at our time there was hardly anything of that sort. There was Scooby-Doo was the one.
Yeah.
In
Oh
my
yeah, I
childhood,
have seen some of that.
Scooby-Doo.
Yes, I have also seen that.
Scooby-Doo. Oh.
Yeah, he
Deepak.
Yeah, so there was a Scrappy. The Scrappy was like, "Going, Kanga Scooby." There was a Goofy also, na. Oh, pretty dos.
Guys, just sorry to interrupt, but just look at Pat Cummins' pitch map. I mean, he has shown how to bowl in T20 cricket, has he not? He's just so accurate at what he does. Keeps doing it over and over again. I think earlier he was also getting a lot of bounce. So Jurel was not able to play him that well, to be honest, in the power play, if you remember that over.
The guy was almost on stretchers for the last 6 months. And so it turns up.
He's just come back, exactly.
And it shows the world like how to bowl to these guys.
It's mad talent, isn't it, to come back from that long a layoff?
Yeah.
And
Deepak,
he just rocked up in the middle of the Ashes and for an important test and was like, right, I'll win you
and
this.
won that one as well.
I'm not playing anymore. I'll just win you the Ashes and then that's it. Like, what a talent.
Deepak, I was just going to say that at least one of the guys that I've nominated for the most improved is doing well. So I'm happy. Because
was
people
that?
are going to... I had Cummins as well, right? Because Cummins has improved as a T20 bowler, certainly for SRH.
Exactly.
When the games are so high scoring, he is the one that is actually keeping it in...
Yes.
You remember in 2024, they had Cummins, Bhuvi and Natarajan, all three of them. They all had a solid
24
defensive
was,
year.
I think, the evolution of, the evolution started with 2023 World Cup. And where he kind of improved himself as a middle
slower balls and stuff like that. Yeah.
Cutters, back of the hand stuff and all. Not exactly back of the hand, the cutters and all. And then 24 kind of completed the journey for him. And it took that game to the World Cup also.
for sure.
Remember that
Rob, your
Rohit
thoughts on
Sharma's
Pat Cummins? Like as a wide ball bowler, his evolution of
So
late.
yeah, evolution's the right word for him, because originally, considering how amazingly good he is in Tests, right? I want to start with that. I'm not going to bag back Pat Cummins for his bowling, because he's brilliant at it. But I didn't think he was worth what he was being paid to be a T20 bowler when he started. I really didn't, because I didn't think he was all that. But because he's so good at cricket, he's got better and better and better. And every year, I think he's got better and better as Ferreira chips 1 for 6. Looks so easy for him to time the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought he just plinked that to long on, and it's carried another 30 meters.
He was waiting for that slow ball.
And Jared mentioned that when Cummins started, he was like 157 kind of a bowler, 156,
He was.
157.
You
I
remember his
remember when
debut
he turned
game?
up in Tests.
I remember his debut.
incredible.
But like 157
2011.
was crazy. In that test match, he was clocking 150. I remember that.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
157.
I think there
But
are some
at
clips
the-
online of Cummins bowling very fast. Cummins.
He had swing also. He had swing as well.
Well,
As in, initially, he bowled just he angled the ball in, so it's 150 at that with that kind of swing is not easy to play.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
like Robbie,
157
150.
also-
Yeah, 157 is like something which completely.
This even I haven't heard of. I'm not so sure if
Jared
he has
said
done
it.
it. Yeah, he might have. I mean, I'm not saying he hasn't, but like 150 plus certainly. He was bowling so well to Jack Callis at that time. If you remember that Test series, I think even in the ODIs, I want to say, like Jack Callis was one of the better players of that time, like one of the greatest ever to do it, and he was still like at a young age. Pat Cummins was completely dominating him.
I remember that test match. He even won that test match with bat also, right? Because
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
because he scored those winning runs with
He did.
Mitch Johnson, I guess.
There's
They were 8 down and they needed some 20 odd runs, the last 2 wickets.
Yes. There's
Rob,
a
I'm
Robin
telling you,
Hunter
these
highlight
guys with his
as well.
photographic memories are very annoying, no? They just go off about any random game randomly. And we just have to sit and listen to these facts.
Because I forget most games that I watch, I've forgotten them by the time I get home, and I live like 2 minutes away from here, so I can't recall them. Certain things stick in my head. Ferreira's playing really well here, but no, Cummins, when he was getting all the money at KKR, I was like, I don't understand why you would have him as like number 1 draft pick type thing. As Ferreira goes again for yet another 6, he's doing it. He's the one that's making sure that the middle order doesn't waste a good start, because they're going to get the 230 easy now, aren't they?
Just notice what's happened here, guys. The first ball of the over was a slow ball that got tonked for 6, and that was Saqib Hussein's kind of go-to delivery in the death, right? So Ferreira's done his work, knows that slow balls what you need to anticipate, because the one that's quick enough or his quicker delivery won't really bother him that much, right? He can trust his instincts and bat exactly like how he's batting right now, and tonk 6s. So, and then he's by hitting that first ball for 6, that slow ball for 6, he's just put the bowler on the back foot completely now. And he's not going back to his slower ball. It's gone 6.46. But the difference between bowlers, youngsters like Saqib and say an experienced Pat Cummins is that he'll still back his slower ball.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
this is where the
And
wide
keep that
comes usually for young bowlers.
Yes. So good ball is a good ball. Like, best of luck to the batter if he can still score.
It's the process thing, is it not, that Dhoni keeps talking about it all the time, that stick to the process, and the best do it. They do it over and over again. That's why they're successful.
So maybe another question for you, yeah.
Go on, no problem. Ask. It's your day.
For a person like you, because you also started pretty early, like your Indian career started at the age of 20 years old, right? So for you to become a part of a process, like to basically have a proper process into your game, when exactly that happened for you? So was it like from day one, or there was a time where you actually realized that this is something which works for me? I'm kind of going to stick to that.
Great question.
So I think by 25, I figured out my process. So for me, I think I would have figured it out sooner if it wasn't for my situation personally with my clinical depression and all of that. But I figured out by 25, like my pattern of scoring runs, my the pace at which I'd play, the ebb and flow of the innings, all of that stuff.
Interesting.
Like that over that Vaibhav got out. Ideally, at that point, you got to recognize that, okay, I've got 136 balls here. For me to get 175 here, I need to get another. Say if I can get another. If I've got 100, he got his 112th over, 13th over, 13th over. He got his
14th
Yeah,
over.
14th over, I want to say, yeah.
So
13th
6 overs
Dugdale
more.
got out.
So 6 overs more, and that means out of 36 balls, he even got to play 18. Probably would have played 20. But if he got to play 18 deliveries, out of which we had hit, say, 6 sixes or 7 sixes in those 18 deliveries, then, and then he got singles and twos, he would have ended up scoring 150, 160 easily, right? But for that,
Sure.
he should have just slowed down for 1 over, where, the intimidation remains, and then he gets a clearer picture of how to maximize this day for himself, where form and luck and everything is going his way, right? Yeah. So what you need to understand, and Brian Lara did exceptionally well. Like, it's one of the things that I picked up from Brian Lara, actually. He talks about how, and I once asked him about scoring big hundreds, right? And he's like, every time I got to a place where I felt like I had complete control of the game, I would slow down the game. I'd slow down my game. Where I would just rotate the strike for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, just rotate the strike, even though I knew I could dominate the bowling. And then when that feeling came of, okay, now I should really dominate the bowling for some time, I'd go half an hour just dominating the bowling.
Amazing. Interesting. Because
and then again, because you gotta it's like going on the 5th gear for 45 minutes and then saying, okay, now the car's overheating, let me come down to the 3rd gear for 20 minutes and then go back so that I can keep going and maximize this drive.
It's pretty interesting because Kapil Pachi in one of his interviews,
I have to say, by the end of working together, you probably can write my biography, dude.
I can. Robbie, because I just
can
wanted
make
to
me think about things I've never thought about.
Because I just wanted to kind of put a perspective to this. Kapil Paji in one of his interviews mentioned that reason Sachin didn't end up scoring those daddy hundreds. He said it all had to do with Bombay School of Batting, where after 100 he would take the guard again and would start from 0 again. So instead of realizing that he's batting on 100, he can tonk the bowling. He can play in a different way altogether. And this is where
a lot
he
easier
said,
said than done, Deepak.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is not my perspective. I'm saying what he shared in one of the interviews, and that's why I'm kind of bringing this up. And he said somebody like Lara would just build on that 100 and would just smack the bowlers all over the park. So he kind of attributed all that to the Mumbai school of batting, where he said because he would take his guard again.
That's where even I learned
start
it.
From...
I learned it as well from Praveen sir when I was working with him. Because after working with him is when I learned it. This could be out. Yes, it is.
Excellent over from him. Again, it's the 2 overseas quicks for SRH.
They're going to muck up the 230 that I said was the bare minimum. And it looked like a certainty a minute ago. It doesn't anymore, does it? Because they put the brakes on again. I think quite good death bowling to a certain extent, but they just haven't got the... Ferreira did more than his job. 33 off 16. You'll take that every time from him. But when you've got... What are they? 12 off 16? 12 for 1 off 16. Parag and Hetmeyer.
Yes.
Come on now, guys. Come on. You got to push on and win this game for your team. Because SRH aren't the sort of team where you want to give them a sniff. Because if the power play doesn't go right, you're in big trouble against SRH.
So Robbie, I have a very weird Praveen Amre story of mine. So you're going to kick me for that. So
no, I won't.
2024, I met him in Delhi, Taj, in the lift, and he was wearing DC jersey at that time. I couldn't recognize him. I said, "Oh, you also working with DC?" He said, "Yeah, I'm working with DC." So he walked up. The moment he left the lift, I was like, "Shit, this is Praveen Amre." How the hell I didn't even realize. The moment he
No, he would have
stepped
thought
out of
you recognized him, and that's how he would have taken it. I know Praveen sir. Praveen sir was like, oh, he knows who I am, and he's like, oh, he's surprised that I'm working with DC. He probably
no,
didn't
no, no,
know.
no. I did not realize he's Praveen Amre, to be honest. Because I
Yeah,
had
but
seen his.
I'm telling you how sir would have perceived it.
What a ball. Wow. So this is some
Like
elite
it's
stuff from
Jadeja,
Praveen.
guys. Like it's Jadeja batting, so Jadeja takes his time to get off the blocks.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, but a
So
good ball to get going.
Would
right?
you have
I
put
think
Joffa
anything-
in here, Robbie?
An insult Ravindra Jadeja, knowing
You
how
don't have to insult him to his
fragile-
face.
now knowing how fragile he is, I wouldn't have done. I wouldn't do that for the longevity of the health of the team. I wouldn't have done that. But no, he's got a 4 off the second ball.
And considering the fact that I had followed his career a bit, because I always believe that Praveen Amre always was one of the best batters of pace in India and should have played a lot more for India. At least overseas, he should have played a lot more. And there
You
he
know, he's
was
got
in
I
front.
think the best average in South Africa.
Yes, he scored that
Test
beautiful
matches.
100 also, right? In South Africa,
He is the only Indian to have gotten 100 in South Africa. I don't think there's another Indian who's gotten it.
No. Sachin also scored. Kapil also scored in that series. And
Oh,
in
in
that
that series?
particular, to 90 to 93, Sachin scored 100.
Sachin-
In Joburg, I guess, Kapil scored 100
Not
from
that
30
series.
for 5.
Not that series. Not that series. The following 1996 series. He got a 169. Adam Barker took a blinder.
No. Sachin scored 100 in 92 also. I can bet on this. I can bet on this for sure. 92, he scored 100. Kapil also scored. So Kapil also scored 100. Sachin also. Sachin's first 400s were all abroad. So one in England,
Can
two
you
in
ask,
Australia, one in South Africa.
Can you ask a voice bot if Combox the voice bot if Sachin actually scored
I don't
100 in
have access.
1992?
I don't have access
check
to it,
it
but
though.
I can.
Give me a second.
Yeah, please check. But Kapil scored 100. India was like in shambles at that time, 33 for 6. He came in, scored a beautiful
Yeah, Sachin
counter-attacking
also had
100.
100. Yeah. 92 Sachin also had 100. As did Kapil, as you're right.
Yeah, I can bet on that.
That's 4. They need a big last over here, I think.
That they do.
Good shot from Hetmeyer, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yes, so Sachin scored in Johannesburg. Yes.
Correct.
that's what I remember.
Yeah. So Praveen Amre, Kapil Dev, and Sachin Tendulkar for India scored 100s.
Yes.
Hansi Cronje and Kepler Wessels for South Africa in that series.
I have seen that 100 from Praveen Amre also. Beautiful 100.
He
And
faced
against
529 balls in 6 innings. Strike rate of
Yes.
32. I mean, so like a proper dodgy batter who could, really stick at the crease.
His batting against like
Khadus
quality
it's
pace-
called.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Khadus better.
Third is batting, yes. Yeah, that's the term. His 100 was that Durban. Johannesburg, as you said, for Sachin.
Which was the fastest pitch in the world. Oh, I think
Yes.
no one's got 100 in Durban after
Durban,
Praveen.
yes. No Indian has ever got 100 in Durban.
No Indians ever gotten 100 in Durban after Praveen.
Wow.
VVS has a
That's the-
96, I
that's
believe,
the-
but not 100.
Yeah, VVS
Even
has a
Ajinkya
90
Rane's got a 96.
Oh, yes,
Ajinkya has
the
got
series
90.
after that.
Yeah,
Correct.
Ajinkya also has a 96.
Both of them have a 96
Even
each.
in that match,
My memory is also not bad.
your
Yes.
memory is very good. I always say that. You underestimate your memory. You remember everything. So even in that match, I think
And he scored that.
Murli Vijay also scored a good 80 odd, na?
Yeah. Murli Vijay also had a good time in South Africa, I believe.
In the first innings. In the first innings of that test match. Because India was like bossing that test match in the first inning, and then suddenly 3 wickets fell in no time.
Dale Steyn was really good, was he not?
Yeah,
In
that
match.
bold Rohit Sharma bold of Dale Steyn.
Yeah.
That's like, by the way, that's the only time Dale Steyn got Rohit Sharma out in his entire career.
Makes sense. A lot of their battles have also been like, oh, he's bowling so well, but he's not getting the wicket eventually.
Yes.
The
That kind
spell
of
against the one in the IPL, right, where he's playing for Deccan Chargers and he's just bowling and like Rohit is not able to get close to those balls because nobody would. I mean, you look at some of the
Yes.
quality of those deliveries, right?
Yes. So how much did Archer score? Oh, sorry, Ketmar score?
11 of 10, I want
runs.
to say. Yeah. So again, Parag and him, they've not
Again?
really, done.
Last
Laddies,
5.3
I'm
overs.
leaving. This is done.
Bye-bye.
Under 235 it'll be, I feel.
So whom are you backing up? Backing for this match?
SRH.
Nice.
So Deepak,
Okay,
actually,
okay. Bye.
Hi.
bye-bye.
Bye.
So you were talking about Murli Vijay, right? So he also got 97 actually in that match.
Yes, I remember he scored 80 plus runs.
96 for Rahane. At 70
96
for
happened in second
Pujara.
innings. 96 happened in second innings. India lost Shikhar Dhawan early. Then there was like 170, 180 run partnership, and then we lost wickets in clusters.
Yeah.
And
I believe
like-
Kohli had a controversial dismissal in that match, no? Where I think he didn't nick it, but they gave him out. Something like that.
Rohit was comprehensively beaten. Like he was completely done. Like outswinger, in-swinger, he was leaving the ball bowled.
Yeah.
That kind of a dismissal.
First innings, actually, if you look at the scorecard for India, it was amazing because Dhawan got 29, Murli Vijay got 97, Pujara got 70, and Kohli got 46. So they were at, I want to say, 198 for 1, and then Pujara got out. Even when Kohli was there, they were 265 for 4, and then they lost wickets and they completely collapsed. Dhoni, I think, Dhoni got some runs. He got 24 of 50.
It happened.
Rahane, 51 not out, of course.
It happened in the first test match in Johannesburg also. India was like, what, 250 for like 4 or 5, and then 280 all out. Like, Kohli almost scored a twin 100 in that match, right? He got out for 96 in first innings and then 100 in the second innings.
I want to say
119 and 96. 96 in second innings, I guess.
Yeah.
He got out to Dubini.
Another time, no? He
got out to
Nottingham
Dubini,
also it has happened. Yeah, exactly. And that has happened in Nottingham also. I think where he got 97 and 103.
97 and 103.
Yep.
Yes. I think in that 97 he got out to Rashid, na?
Rashid, yeah. I think so. I think he edged to slips if I'm remembering this right.
Yes. Even in that 149 in Baston, he got out to Rashid.
Yeah, correct.
So Praful got another wicket here. Chaddu is also out.
228 for 6.
That's bad. Like they were 175 for 3 at the end of 14 overs. So if last 5 overs are just last 6 overs for that matter are just yielding 53 runs, that's a poor effort considering the fact that you had the resources.
Okay, so Deepak, I looked up.
Yeah, please share.
No, go on. I'm sorry. We can talk about it later.
No, I was just sharing this only. Like I'm done. So like,
has he caught that? He's caught that. I think they're just checking it still.
Yeah. So you were sharing something.
No, I was just saying that I was telling you about the controversial Kohli dismissal. No, in that test match, that was in the second innings when he was on 11, and he was. The commentary is like he's not impressed with the decision. In fact, he looks shell shocked and keeps staring back at the South Africans who were in a euphoric huddle. And that was from Dale Steyn, and AB was the wicket keeper at that time in that match.
Yes.
Rohit Sharma got out he was LBW in this innings. Obviously, in the first innings it was Dale Steyn, but Rahane got 96 in this innings. You're right, and then first innings it was Vijay. So yeah, apart from
Rahane scored some runs with the tail also. And I think he scored some runs with the last wicket also.
Yeah, he would have. No, when he's batting at 96 in the second innings and they've collapsed a bit, I think that would make sense. Yeah. So basically, we've got these guys who've all scored, north of.
And that was insane Sena leg for Rahane, to be honest. He got runs everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
I think he got
probably the best. I think he was the best batter in that leg because Kohli didn't make runs in England, although he was really good in the other 3 countries. Dhawan didn't have dominance in England and Australia. Vijay was very good in South Africa, England. Okay, even Vijay, I think actually he does well. New Zealand, I think he falls a bit short, no? Vijay?
But New Zealand, they just played 2 test matches, right? So Dhawan did well in New Zealand. Yeah, South Africa, he was decent. Australia, he was insane to begin with for first 2 test matches. Had an insane 100 in Brisbane also, I guess.
Oh yeah, that too. Definitely.
Yeah, then just tapered off. England also started like that. Had amazing... Even in that Lord's test match, which India won, he scored 95 in the second innings, I guess.
He both Vijay and... Actually, India's batting in that leg... Yes, sir. We are so engrossed in our chat that we have not even.
So I think
I
we
was
can
going to
just-
say, but I didn't want to cut the conversation in the middle of it.
So-
But okay, then we'll see you
Yes.
guys in the next innings.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Cricket fans are smarter than ever before. But what they're offered is clickbait, lazy punditry, and SEO noise. Combox is for people who actually love the game. Smarter analysis, real conversations. Combox, the game lives on. International cricket with Yuzi Chahal. But in the IPL, we noticed this regression a little bit earlier in 2019. And remember, by the end of that World Cup that year, he was also dropped. He only plays 5 games in 2020, and he had a knee injury in the second leg of 2021, which meant that he really wasn't involved with KKR, and they released him. So the Delhi Capitals end up buying him for 2 crore in the 2022 mega auction. And he instantly had a solid season for them, picking up 21 wickets. We had him as a plus strike bowler, though a little bit expensive. But the main reason for his success at that time was he was bowling faster. But crucially, he did that while maintaining his spin, which most first spinners almost never do. So his median speed until 2021 was 81 kilometers per hour, and now it's up at 85. Spinners across the globe were getting quicker, but that's quite a jump from one player. And in the last 4 years, this is the best he has ever bowled in his IPL career. Even before 2020, he had nowhere near this level of impact. He's been more economical against both right and left-handers. So on our timelines, his true economy now is 1.3, and it used to be almost exactly par. However, he's no longer really a strike bowler anymore, so that has dropped. But just in terms of saving runs, he's completely changed as a bowler. And remember, some of his numbers from before were so bad that he wasn't even being picked anymore. So Kuldeep Yadav basically goes from KKR's bench to not in the IPL to DC's lead spinner. And in a high-scoring universe, he's one of the few bowlers who've actually improved his raw numbers. Varun Chakravarti's arc is unlike really anyone else on this list. He was going to be an architect until his mid-20s before giving it up to pursue sport professionally, which is usually a bad thing to do. Also, he started his career as a pacer, but ended up bowling spin. Punjab paid 8.1 crore for him in the 2019 auction, but he only played 1 game. And KKR got him for 4% of the price the following year. And Chakravarti delivered 2 really good seasons. He even got to play for the national team in 2021. But KKR put their faith in the mystery spinner by retaining him for 8 crore. And yet, 2022 ended up being a horrible year for him. So in the last cycle, he took 41 wickets and conceded 0.76 runs per over less than expected. It was about on par when it came to striking. Really good numbers. But since 2023, he has become even harder to score any runs off. Plus, he strikes a lot more often. Yes, this is a case of going from very good to great, but he's improved on all metrics. He is more defensive and more attacking at the same time. And of course, a big change in his bowling in the last 3 years is that he started getting right-handers out a lot more often. And one reason is he went from a finger spinner who flicked the ball to someone who could bowl leg spin. It also allowed him to be much more of a threat if he bowled in the death or the power play. So now he could bowl all the way through to left and right-handers. So I don't know if he is actually the most improved, but he's definitely the most changed. I mean, he used to be a side spin bowler, and now he's an overspin bowler. And he has basically invented almost both of these terms. And in the impact sub era, he is the second best bowler after Jasprit Bumrah. What more needs to be said? In the 2020 IPL auction, Pat Cummins went for 15.5 crore. That made him the most expensive foreign player in the league at that time. It seemed an incredibly high amount for someone who didn't actually play in the format all that much. And cut to 2024, and now he was the second highest player ever, second only to his teammate Mitchell Starc. But between those 2 big paychecks, Cummins actually hadn't done that much in the IPL. He opted out of 2023, but from 2020 to 2022, he had a true economy of minus 57 and was basically par for wickets taken. So it wasn't really a strike bowling option, nor did he save any runs. He could slog a bit, which certainly helped, but it's pretty hard to argue he wasn't overvalued. But we all remember 2024 for Sunrise's groundbreaking approach with the bat. And that was under his watch. But what is also forgotten is that T. Natarajan, Bhuvi Kumar, and him all had very good defensive seasons with the ball. In fact, he conceded 0.6 runs and over less than expected. even if he still wasn't taking wickets. In 2025, he had even better stats. But we did a deeper dive and felt that the year before actually changed more games. Now, there are some issues here. Cummins still gets smashed at the death, though not as much as he used to. But he's a much more reliable new ball bowler now. He took wickets more often in the middle overs for KKR, but he's far more economical for the Sunrisers. He also improves his economy versus both right-handers and left-handers, but he strikes more often against the former. Now, compared to his reputation and payday, he really hasn't impressed that much. But from where he was to now, he really has improved as an IPL player. If you concede only half a run more per over in the impact sub era than in the 3 years before, it actually puts you in this conversation. But the argument against him has to be that he was this good before outside of the IPL, because his international numbers have always stood up. Mohammad Siraj's quality in red ball cricket has been there for a while, but it is not always translated to T20 cricket very well. In 2020 against KKR in Abu Dhabi, he took 3 early wickets and went just for 8 runs in 4 overs. And from that point onwards, he's played in all but 2 matches, missing 1 in 2022 and the same in 2024, which is pretty good for a seam bowler considering they almost never play. But that season, he was a plus bowler on wickets, but still below when it came to economy. He then had a terrific 2021, conceding 1 run less and over than expected. I mean, basically no one could hit him off the square that year, which meant that RCB retained him over Chahal and Harshal Patel. And then in 2022, he was terrible, even while he was an Indian regular. And that's the story with him, really. He either has a great or a terrible season. However, since then, people don't score off him anymore. And in 2023, he started adding wickets. If we break it down by each phase of the innings, he improves on almost every metric. But the most fascinating thing is that he becomes a far better death bowler. And yet, RCB didn't end up retaining him in the most recent mega auction. So there was obviously going to be demand for him in the market. And Gujarat Titans won a bidding war against Rajasthan Royals and got him for 12.25 crore. That's a 75% rise from his value at RCB, but still not the massive bucks. And so even now, Siraj is not a perfect T20 bowler, but he's kind of willed his way into being very effective. And as it often does with him, the effort has paid off. So that's it. That's all the players we're going to nominate. So we have Shreyas Iyer, Shubman Gill, Shivam Dubey, Abhishek Sharma, Riyan Parag, Akshar Patel, Kuldeep Yadav, Varun Chakravarti, Pat Cummins, and Mohammad Siraj. You'll notice only one international player there. It's actually very hard for an international player to ever win this award because you'd have to be in the league for a long time as like a role player international and then go to another level or whatever Pat Cummins has done. So it makes sense for the majority of these players to be Indians. And they're all winners, except that they absolutely are not. But there are 3 clear standouts here. A Delhi all-rounder who ups his game with the bat, Rajasthan's newest captain, and a Hyderabad opener that completely changes his playstyle. The short list is Akshar Patel, Riyan Parag, and Abhishek Sharma. Before, Akshar Patel could chip in with the bat, but he's gone from that to a solid role player against spin who can often float up all the way into the top order. He is actually often worth a lot more than his runs, and his bowling is much better in the impact sub era. The fielding and leadership is a huge bonus. He's just an all-rounder in a game that is actually trying to legislate them out of existence. Abhishek Sharma was always a talented player, but what he has become is something completely different. Since the 2023-24 SMAT, it almost doesn't matter if it's a normal IPL game or a T20 World Cup final. Abhishek just thrashes. It is easy to dismiss T20 hitters as blind sloggers, but in truth, what he is doing requires immense skill and mastery, and he can win the games in half a power play. Riyan Parag's rise also is shown by a season in SMAT, where he suddenly proves himself as a skipper and with the bat. And what's fascinating about him is we've seen him bat in 2 different ways to find success. And credit must go to Rajasthan for actually sticking with him during this lean phase. You don't always get Vaibhav Suryavanshis who just instantly click. Sometimes you just have to back the potential for longer. So there it is. Who is going to get this much awaited, non-prestigious award? And the first winner of the Good Area's Most Improved IPL player is Riyan Parag. He truly went from being one of the worst top 6 batters in the league to having statistical neighbors like Kohli and Salt. And despite all the talent he obviously had when he was young, this transformation was violent. Riyan Parag has, in our minds, simply put, improved the most. Sometimes, do you scream because of how much you love cricket? Well, then here's another video for you. Or if you like books, you can buy mine, The Art of Batting. And if this video is for you, howl into the bell icon.
Hello and welcome everyone to Combox, and I have Varun and Pratib here with me today, and we have joined to make an all-time 12 for Rajasthan Royals, which is actually Pratib's favorite team because it is his home state, and
Let's go.
he also has the honors to do the first pick. So take it right away.
All right. So before I get into the first pick, I also kind of want to understand how easy or tough was it for y'all to pick the 12? Because I feel like when I was sitting to pick the 12, some names are fairly obvious. They just pick themselves. And the rest is going to be very interestingly rogue. So I want to see which direction it goes in. But like before I make my first pick, I just want to know your thoughts on that.
Yeah.
Some glaring,
I think
I agree with you, glaringly obvious and some absolute rogue ones. So,
Yeah, I think like 8 to 9 players are pretty sorted in this team.
Interesting.
Even if you look at the positions and everything, but
Yeah.
I think we might have to make a few sacrifices if we have to make the team more balanced, is what I was thinking. Because first I was thinking of the 4 foreigners, but if we pick the 4 best foreigners, we might not have the best balance as well. So, I mean, I don't know. Let's see how we guys go ahead with it. So, I
Right.
mean, Pratib, you have the honors. Go ahead.
Cool. So first pick is mine. I'll go in terms of batting order. And at the top, it's Joss Butler, who has to start. I think is the most obvious pick. That also fills our overseas slot. But do you guys have any contention or any opposition
I
to
don't
Joss
contend
Butler?
with him. I'm just surprised you picked him first.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Same. But it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Like he's also one of the elites, I would say. So not
Yeah.
much of
Yeah.
an issue.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think Joss.
Butler was absolutely gun, isn't he? But, I
Yeah.
think Shahan and I were discussing recently. He already has a case to be a top 10 IPL batsman without any difficulty. And if he has
Yeah,
a few more good seasons,
For
he
sure.
Ooh,
could
that's
go
a
even higher on that list, right?
good shout. It's not too far off, to be fair. I mean, I was looking at his numbers also, right? Because whoa, is there lag?
But I think everyone just went silent. Yeah, I think there was a lag for all of us somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, I
Do
was
you
I was
remember-
talking about his
yeah.
numbers. I mean, for Rajasthan, all time scored 3,000 runs. I think he is their second highest run scorer, if I'm not wrong. Let's see. Yeah, he's their second highest run getter. Does a good job. 43 average, 147 strike rate. Even by true numbers, he is a true average of 12.7. True strike rate of.
We love the game, but we love the stories. Fans have stories. Former players have stories. Journalists have stories as well. Combox brings them all together. The game lives on.
Hello and welcome everyone. We are back for the second innings.
Yes, we are. 30%. What do you think of that, Cheyenne? 30% they chase these.
I think Sunrise, if there is a team in this league apart from Punjab that can actually gun down, Punjab and RCB that can gun down a target like 228-ish, it has to be SRH, is it not? Like they're probably the third best team in the league when it comes to chasing these sort of big totals, I would say. Maybe even second, you can argue, but maybe with less repeatability. I think RCB are more repeatable than them, and I mean, Punjab are doing something ridiculous. We are all aware of that, well aware of that. The way they chase these big totals sound like it's nothing. And the funny thing is, they used to do it even before, for some reason, even when they were not a good team. But now they're doing it over and over again with Shreyas Iyer. We know he is an incredible chaser. RCB have Kohli. These guys, I mean, Abhishek is also obviously, if he just kills it in the power play, that's the main thing, I think, for me. Because Head is not in great form, so if Abhishek goes out early, it will
Head's
be
in rubbish
to be
form.
honest. Yeah.
He scratched around and got 30 odd last time, didn't he? But he's been quite bad this IPL for him. But a man who is in form, particularly in the first over, is Jofra, right?
Oh,
You
yes.
have to get
First ball
through him.
wickets for fun.
And he's
Did
got
he do that thrice this season?
he did it 3 in a row, which
Yeah.
no one's ever done. And here he comes.
And he's done-
And
Oh!
it's been dropped. Oh my god.
At this point, what is even there to say, Rob? Have you actually counted how many drops we've had today? Like, have you seriously sat down and done the numbers for that? Has to be 7 or 8 at this point, is it not?
He's got a massive pair of gloves on. Like, that's regulation. It's Jofra going for a 4th first ball wicket out of 5. Travis Head to dismiss. That's really easy. He's tried to nick off second ball and miss the ball. But I'm watching this again, right? Orthodox edge. Slipper's moved out the way because quite right too, because it's Jarrell's catch. Jarrell has dived across, both gloves on it, and shelled it. Unbelievable.
To be fair, at least he didn't drop Abhishek. Imagine if it was Abhishek. That would do their heads completely. He's annoyed, and rightly so. I mean, come on. That second one was 148, by the way. 139 and then 148. So we know Archer has been cranking up his speed. Even before the IPL, we were seeing this in the T20 World Cup, were we not? Where early on, he really takes a lot of... Like, he goes for it. He's bowling really fast, and he's also like a proper threat. He's coming back close to the old Jofra, I want to say. Especially in the power play. He can go for a few nowadays, though. I think that there is an element of teams not being as afraid of him, let's say like a Bumrah or even Archer himself at his prime, where you're like, oh, we'll just play him out. Happens with Bhuvi as well. But I think now teams take risks of him. But he also has his days when he's just like it's the opening pair, right? Him and Berger at the top, the two overseas guns completely. Like I think there have even been games where they've bowled like 5 or 6 overs on the trot, like 3 and 3 each or 3 and 2 each, something of that sort.
Yeah, they can do that. I think that was a bit harsh to give that last ball as a wide. It just went across Head. Head chased it and missed it again. So Head's faced 3 balls. He's nearly been out to all 3 of them. How does he get on ball number 4 as Archer tears in again? And the exact same thing happens again. It's too good for Travis Head. He swings, he misses, and this time he doesn't hit the ball.
It's the form thing, right, Rob? When you're not in form, you're not in form. Like, you can be the greatest player of all time, but when it's not your day, you just cannot do much about it. I mean, I've realized this. I think it's quite a big deal in sports, where I've seen some of the greatest players ever not be able to score a run, and now Travis Head, I mean, he was dominating the IPL in 2024, even 25. I think he had a decent year. We've seen what he's done in international cricket, right, across formats for like a good 3-4 years now. And now, suddenly, this IPL, he's looked very scratchy. And off-spin also has bothered him, I want to say.
He's got that one away for 4, though.
Yeah, finally.
Heads look rubbish in this IPL. But what you shouldn't do, as we keep saying, that's 6. Oh, my God. That's carried all the way for 6. I thought it was a routine 4. It must have like gone in vacuum in the air and held. 140. It just looked like he poked it over point for 4. And it hung in the air. That's like Dharamsala when the altitude just helps the ball fly.
Yeah.
Ridiculous that that ball's gone for 6. Oh well. Yep. That's cricket for you.
144.6 that ball, by the way.
And then
he's gone.
And been caught.
Yep.
And there we go.
That's Travis Head gone in the first over. Not a huge surprise looking at his recent form. I believe coming into this game, he was at, I want to say, 144 runs, Rob? Was he around that mark? Can't be more than that.
Not sure. But Jofra had Travis Head on toast in that over, didn't he?
Yeah.
That was like watching a test match. Where was that in the Ashes, Joff? No one could get Travis Head out in the Ashes. But they're almost getting to the stage now, right? Where they might have to drop Travis Head. Who'd have thunk that? Because I'm not one for... It'd be interesting to hear what Robbie has to say about this. I'm not one for dropping really, really good players after a few bad games. But he's like, all my notes say about Head, each game, bad. Like every single one. So he's not been in form and been unlucky and got unplayable deliveries and stuff. He's looked bad for the whole season, right? I don't know. I think they can... Now they've got Cummins back. it is possible to shake things up, isn't it? What would you do, Cheyenne, if it was your choice?
Who's the other overseas player in their squad? That's the first question I would ask. SRH
Okay.
squad.
Let me look.
I will look this up too.
Hang on a minute.
By the way, I was saying he was at 144 runs. I'm sorry. He was at 180 runs before this match at a strike rate of 144. And then today he's got another 6. So the tough time for him continues. He's just not been able to get a single half century.
It's Livingston.
Or many 4s and 6s. Oh, yes, they have Livingston.
So it would be put Kishan up the top. Everyone goes, but I'm not sure who is then the number 3. Because Kishan's one of the best number 3s going, whoa, as Jofra has just sconned him. And I think it may have even gone for 6 off his head. Wait until you see this ball again. Is that hit his head or is that hit the bat? Yeah. Oh, it's hit the bat. It's hit the face. It's somehow it's at the face of the bat and gone over his own head for 6. That is bowling fire. I mean, that is one of the luckiest 6s you are ever going to see. Like, Jofra just went, did that hit his bat? I thought that hit him straight on the head and went for 6. Do you remember that ball he bowled in the 2019 World Cup? I think it was against Pakistan, where he bowled somebody and the ball went for 6. Yeah. Right? That's like, I've never seen that before. He bowled, I'm just going to say it again. He bowled somebody and the ball went for 6. The ball hit the bail and carried behind the wicketkeeper for 6 runs. How the bloody hell is that a 6? How the hell is that a 6?
Crazy. He's also confused. He's like, what has this happened here? And Kishan himself wouldn't have a clue about that one, right? We know Kishan has improved a lot, but come on, like, there is no way even Kishan was playing this intentionally. And as you said, just to back up your old points of Kishan being one of the best number 3s, I think there's absolutely no doubt about it in the modern game. I mean, in recent times, especially when we've seen him play for India at 3 and now again for SRH, I think it's a role that has really suited him. He's obviously become a much better player. We know he always had the talent, but now it seems like it's all coming together for him. He's in his peak ages and that sort of stuff, right? So if they open with him, how do they manage their team? Who bats at 4 then? Let's say they put Klaasen at 3 wouldn't work, right? Like you want Klaasen to be at 4.
No, I think maybe you go Reddy 3.
I see the logic there, Rob.
Or you can play Aurora and Aniket and send one of them up the order depending on how good your start is, right? So you can. I think it messes with the balance of the team possibly a bit too much.
I don't like the idea
down the leg side.
It's not very appealing, and it's for Livingston, right? Because Livingston himself is not like a player who has been in elite form or anything like that. If we had like a genuine option, let's say they had Josh Inglis, for instance, I think then it's a straight swap. You just tell Josh Inglis to open and you tell Travis, okay, you're not at your best, take a few games off, and maybe for the playoffs we can get you back if we get there, or like depending upon the form of your other player and those sorts of things. But
I think he's lucky that they've kind of banked on him being good by not really having a replacement, as Abhishek backs away, has a big swipe and misses the ball by 5 or 6 inches. So Abhishek has got the leg by away for 4, but that one, considering how good form that man has been in, that one left him. Abhishek has played unbelievably well the last 3 or 4 games.
Also been a bit binary, Rob, where he's either going to get out very cheaply or the day he's going to go like he's going to destroy your team.
If you a chance, you got to take it. If Travis Head gives you a chance at the moment, he'll give you another chance, which is what he did. Whoa! Exactly. So Berger just bowled one onto the trampoline, and away it goes for 5 wides. So he's bowled short, he's missed his line, angled it down the leg side, and it has hit the trampoline and gone 3 feet over Jarrell's head.
I think that doesn't come out of his hand properly, does it?
No, I don't think it does.
Like that. Yeah. Already 10 runs from extras, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Whoa, did you see the seam on that ball again? They showed the clip again for the Travis Head win. Whoa, that seemed like a mile. Yeah.
So Jofra is now the most dangerous first over weapon in the IPL, taken over from Trent Bolt.
Good.
Such a weird start.
As well back in the day, no? Bhuvi was pretty great at first overs.
Yeah, he's not in that class though. Not in that, as far as
not anymore.
As far as taking wickets go. If he had swing, Back in the day, you used to get a lot of LBWs. No one gets LBWs anymore because everyone's trying to hit everything for 6. Like, this is a ridiculous start. It's 22 for 1 off 10 balls. And one of the bats should have been out every single ball he faced, Travis Head. Like, he tried to get out every ball he faced. And somehow he got a 6.
He got a 6 too, yeah.
And Abhishek has just had the wildest, ugliest slog across the line of the ball from Berger. It is evaded Jadeja or Ferreira, one of those two slips.
Yeah.
Ferreira, it's just gone over Ferreira's first slip, and Jadeja's like third or fourth slip, and it's just gone over Ferreira and away to the boundary. And this is an okay start from it being dreadful 5 minutes ago. They've started adding to the run tally one way or another. They need 11 and a bit and over, so the required rate has come down since the start of this, thanks to only 4 runs off the bat in this over, but they've got 13 as Abhishek backs away, has the biggest swing of all time, and misses the ball again. A mental over that somehow gone for 13, despite the ball coming in contact with the bat once. Okay, that's cricket. And the first over somehow went for 13, despite only 1 shot being played. Basically, when the ball hit the bat, and that was Head hitting the most ludicrous 6. I mean, watch Kishan's 6 again. Like, riddle me that one. How the hell does that? I want scientists to get involved with that. How the hell did that happen?
That's just like sheer luck, is it not? And I think he was just trying to evade. He didn't get his bat away in time, and like, it just sticks and goes for a 6. That's Jofra Archer's pace for you, I suppose. Also, the modern bats.
Yeah. Jofra's back.
Oh, that's a really class shot. Yeah. Wow.
Kishan looking good for his second ball, and he looked utterly terrified by the first one. He's just blocked that, and he's got 4.
Yeah.
Straight through point,
Just
isn't
good
it?
timing there. Yeah.
Right off the middle of the bat. Very good.
Oh, he doesn't have a sticker on his bat?
Didn't look like it.
Yeah, that's odd.
What would he normally have? I don't know. I don't.
I can't remember. Was it DSC before this?
I wouldn't have a clue.
I'm very bad with this, actually. For some reason, bat, like who has which bat and who wears what jersey number, I'm somehow really terrible at that.
Do you know what? I have no idea, and it's because I genuinely don't care. I couldn't care less what anybody else wears. I mean, look at me, for God's sake. I don't care, so it doesn't go in my head. I'll tell you my biggest weak spot, Cheyenne, when it comes to cricket, is I forget what hand everyone uses. That won't stay in my head. So right-handers and left-handers, it goes out of my brain. It won't stick there for some reason.
No, I think for me it's like if I've seen someone or if I've like looked at their numbers enough, then I will not forget if they're a lefty or a righty. If I've not seen the player enough, then I might get confused once or twice. Oh, that's a good shot again.
Fielder's dropping everywhere. Kishan's come to
Was
play.
that a drop catch though? I don't think that was a drop.
You see, no, it didn't carry to the fielder, but it's gone.
That was not a drop, but bad
straight
fielding. You should have stopped that.
Good shot.
Yeah, should have stopped that though.
And this goes back to Jofra being utterly lethal in that first over, and then it drops off a bit, doesn't it? And sometimes he comes back, and sometimes he doesn't.
Yeah.
And
interesting to see what
crazily,
his over stats are.
Considering how well he bowled in that first over, SRH are more likely to chase this now than they were when the inning started, which is crazy, but it's true. They're 34 for 1 off 15. As that ball is too good for anyone ever, that ball that Archer's just bowled, 140 Ks apparently. And it's a test match ball that has left him and somehow evaded the edge of the bat and the glove. Like, you've got to be the best player ever to even edge that. That was so good. And those are the balls. Like, no, you can't play that ball, can you?
You can't. You don't even prepare for these sorts of things, do you? Like, what can you even prepare for this?
Nah, it's absurd.
I think that this is the beauty of cricket in a sense, where no matter how much we, be like, oh, these matchups are there, and this is how you plan for a certain team and all of that. A lot of it just comes down to luck. I was just having this conversation with my friend where cricket is and professional sport, I would say, in fact, and to such a large extent that a lot of these things are some things you cannot even plan for.
Yeah, for sure.
You get a ball that's seeming 1 degree at 140 plus. You can just shrug your shoulders, man. You're like, yeah. If it's not your day, you'll nick it off. If it's your day, you'll miss it, and then you'll get other days to make the most of it. And obviously, we were talking about drop catches, right? So how many good players in this tournament have we seen being dropped in a row now? So yesterday it was Kohli, then it was KL Rahul in the first innings today of the first match, then Shreyas Iyer in the second innings of the first match, then Vaibhav Suryavanshi in the first innings of the second match. And again, if you want to count Travis Head, even apart from his current poor form, him too.
Bang from Kishan. Again, Joffre's bowled 4 wonderful balls in this over, and he's gone for 12.
Exactly.
That's cricket now, right?
Yeah.
That's where we've got to with cricket. There's just guys standing there and bashing. They don't care if they nearly get out to the best ball ever. They try and hit the next one for 4 or 6. And it's just repeat, isn't it? On these good decks, because this is another really good pitch. This is how stacked it is in the batsman's favour now. But yeah, you're right. It's. I mean, how often have I said it? I very rarely say anything else. Drop catches are really important. Keep doing it.
Yeah. Like it's just a bit of a funny coincidence that so many good players have been dropped in the span of 24 hours, 26 hours roughly. It's just like, it's really funny to be honest. So actually, Archer in the third over before today, he was at 3 wickets for 50 runs and in 6 overs, right? So 6 innings before this. Not too bad, I must say that. But today he went for a few in this over. He has had 10 run overs, 13-10 overs before this too, but he's got 3 wickets as well in the past.
They're just showing Suryavanshi getting treatment here, Cheyenne. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I just saw that. Yeah.
He's being escorted off the field. Hopefully, it's cramp, which wouldn't be a surprise for a 15-year-old child who scored 100 in this sort of heat. It wouldn't be a surprise, or humidity rather than heat.
Really hot, Rob.
But he's holding his hamstring area, which is a big worry.
Yeah,
and
he's fine soon. We just had the
hopefully that's
news,
cramp.
Right?
Hopefully it's cramp.
Yeah. The Lungi and Gidi news as well just today. That was obviously, I think he is much better now, I believe, from the last news that I was able to follow. So we hope he gets well soon, gets back on the field as soon as he can, and when it's best for him. And Rob, I mean, you're talking about how hot it is. It is really, really hot. I mean, I went for there was this one event down at Ikana where we just had like a meet and greet with the players from the LSG camp. So we had Mitch Marsh, Nicholas. Yeah, I went for that today.
Who did you meet?
Mitch Marsh, Nicholas Pooran, Prince Yadav, and Justin Langer. I mean, I didn't meet them directly because there were like a bunch of us and they were sitting on a panel, and so we were allowed to ask them questions and stuff. So I raised my hand. I asked them a question about what do you think about the role of data in modern T20 and what are the players that prefer it, what are the players that don't want to look at it.
Great question.
Versus that sort of a thing. So Marsh was like, yeah, I think you can plan all you want and all of those things, but once you're on the field, I think the instincts have to take over, right? You have to be able to play the situation then. Which is a very fair point. And he also said Avesh Khan, I believe, he likes to prepare. And Marsh himself is not much of a data guy. So that's the information I could get. Another cool quote I found was,
nice.
That was not for my question, but Nicholas Pooran was saying that Prince Yadav is our Jasprit Bumrah.
Oh, wow. That's
high praise.
Yeah. Did anyone ask Pooran about his batting at the moment?
Some guy did, but he framed the question in a very odd way. And, the setting was not where you actually, be very critical of these guys. It was
fair enough. Yeah, it's not one of those.
So you want to be very nice with them. You maintain that decorum. Yeah, you maintain that decorum. But someone did ask something weird, and I couldn't even follow what that guy was saying. That's what I was telling my mom also when I came back. I just couldn't understand what that guy was trying to ask. It was a very muddled question. But yeah, it was a fun
event. Sorry, Abhishek has just hit one straight to a very good fielder on the rope, Hetmeyer, who has completely and utterly lost the ball. He has hit the ball straight to him for a really, really easy catch. And Hetmeyer, he's probably had to move a yard, and Hetmeyer hasn't seen it. It's gone straight to him. Easy catch. Yes. Running around. And somehow completely misjudge it, and away it goes for 4. That is a certain catch. And obviously, because of the universe, the next ball is a massive 6. Because of the universe, right? So he should be out 100%. That was a dolly to Hetmeyer, who's got an excellent pair of hands, and for whatever reason, he's just saying, I haven't seen it, mate. Sorry, I haven't seen it. So tough. So 10 off those 2 balls instead of Abhishek being in the shed and in bowling at somebody new. And I'm just going to watch it again because I can't believe it. I can't believe what just happened.
Yeah, what do you like? I had a look again when you talked about it. I missed it in the first go, but whoa, that was some amazing stuff. And then did you see the shot right after that? He just shot that six.
Just climbed into it and said, "Well, if you're going to give me a life, this is what I'm going to do to you." Because, as I said before,
top player dropped.
Add him to the list. Give Travis Head a life if you want, because he's playing that bad. He'll give you another chance. Abhishek is not a guy on current form, like you said. He's quite binary, isn't he? Either gets none or loads. That is more than a life because he hit it straight to Hetmeyer, and all Hetmeyer did was get out of the way. So that's another one that if you had an open bag of potatoes, you are getting rid of Abhishek Sharma, and instead you've got Hetmeyer there who closes.
What was he doing?
Fringes. I'm just watching it again, right? As the ball leaves the bat, it is going to.
What a shot!
He scored another boundary.
Did you see that shot, Rob? Just now.
Amazing. He's walking at Berger and just going, no. If you give me a life, that's it now. You're dead. So he has hit the ball in a direct, beautiful arc straight to Hetmeyer on the boundary. And as I paused it on my screen here, Hetmeyer is looking at the ball, crouched, ready to take a dolly. And just as the ball is arcing towards him, Hetmeyer does this, puts his hands over his head and starts running away from it as if the ball has suddenly turned into a grenade or an on-fire pineapple. And it is actually, if Hetmeyer didn't move, it would have hit him. A complete dolly. He's covered his head and run for cover as if the ball has caught fire just before it got to him. And he's just left it. It's hit the ground a yard away from his leg and gone for 4. That's ridiculous.
Rob, I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but do you think it's like actually the fielding standards have dropped in recent times?
I want to be that guy. Yes, they have. They're all rubbish at fielding. I can't understand it.
But like, why is it happening so much in the last 2-3 seasons? I'm not able to understand this because I'm wondering, was it like maybe back in the days when I was young, I didn't even pay much attention to it, but it turns out even you believe it, and you followed the IPL like every season of it almost like intensely, almost every season. So I just don't understand what is going on.
So I don't think the fielding standard has ever been like optimum, considering how good some of these guys are, right? How talented some of them are. I think fielding in the kind of 2008 kind of sort of mid 2000s to late 2000s is probably the best I can remember in my lifetime. And a lot of that was the standard set by that Aussie team that had Andrew Simons and Ricky Ponting in it, right?
Great
if you've got those two setting the standards in the field, they were ridiculous. They were so good, the ground fielding. And then they passed that on to players like Glenn Maxwell, who can still do it. You know, he does the amazing boundary fielding now. He's not the fielder he used to be because he keeps breaking his leg, crashing golf carts or whatever he's up to. But it doesn't appear that the thing that pisses me off is it doesn't appear that anybody cares about this fielding, because it would get better if they had whether or not they've got fielding coaches, who cares, but they're not doing enough. They should be spending more time. They have quite a long in the IPL. You're not playing every day. There are some time. I'm sure you got to travel a fair bit, but there's plenty. They're all pissing about on Instagram or whatever, aren't they? Take some catches, practice catching, practice fielding, and do it in stadia if you have to.
Yeah, exactly. And it's also the dynamics of practicing, let's say, in a day game in the first innings, day game in the second innings, and then at night, because the sky is obviously going to change, like with the sunset and everything, and with the floodlights being there. Certain times you'll have it. If it's a day game, you won't have it. You have to be ready for all of those situations. Is it not, Rob? Like, those are different match situations, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
basically.
And the best way to be ready for them, Shine, is to practice.
Exactly. Yeah, completely with you on this.
Because,
to be very honest, I like to laugh at this stuff. Okay, fine. Yeah, there was a drop catch. Okay, and we all know that you have this thing where you obviously slag off people for dropping catches. At a certain point today, I felt it was jarring. To be very honest, I was like, come on, this is not good quality cricket. We cannot be seeing this.
We're seeing people score like the most important people, like the guys you listed up, right? Shreyas Iyer, right? Two chances to get rid of him when he's reeling in 265, right? Two easy chances, both dropped. KL Rahul scored 150 earlier on, or whatever it was. He scored 150 odd. And it was an absolute dolly on 12. It was a perfect arc, loads of time to catch it. Man stood on the rope, piece of piss, right? I honestly think if you said you can have all your net worth on you catching that 10 out of 10, I would have it, right? I would have it. I would have every penny that I've got on myself to catch that 10 out of 10. See also Karen Nair for the 2 drops of Shreyas here and the Kohli one. I would have everything that I've ever earned and everything that I ever will earn on myself to catch that 100 out of 100, right? That was even easier than them. So what the hell is going on here? And why isn't a coach stepping in and going, right, lads, this is shit? Bearing in mind, one of the coaches for this is Ricky Actual Ponting. One of the coaches who was laughing, he wasn't laughing at the time, but he was laughing at Shashank when he kept dropping the ball and letting it come over over his own shoulder for 6 and all that, or for 4 maybe. Why isn't he just going, right, lads, sorry, this is now getting to the stage where it's going to cost us games if our men can't catch, because it nearly cost us 1 today, because there's no chance they score 260 if he catches that, as Kishan plays an unbelievably good shot straight past Deshpande. And if it hit Deshpande, that would have broken his leg into 9 different pieces, because he's hit that like a rocket directly straight down the ground. That's a really, really good shot. This pitch looks bloody easy now, Cheyenne. They're 61 for 1 off 4.2, and they were 30% to win, we said at half time. They are now 55. They are decent favourites.
Also, Rob, so for the fielding bit, would you say there is a team that is actually a good fielding team in this IPL right now?
No.
Is there a single one which we can even say?
Absolutely not. Oh, Kishan is hobbling and struggling, and there's a run-out chance because he tried to run the whole 22 yards without a bat, and now he's hobbling and limping again. So what happened? The ball struck him on the front pad. Abhishek came running down the pitch, and he said, "Go on, take the one."
Yeah.
And now Parag is thinking about reviewing, which he shouldn't, because it was never out in a million years. Oh, here you go. This is Prudvi. I hope I'm saying that right. Today would be the most amount of runs scored in a day of the IPL if SRH managed to score more than 70. Spoiler alert, they're going to score more than 70. The previous best was 827 in a day. So what are we going to get now? Like, we've had
something, I guess.
530 odd.
Yeah. And 220 odd in this. So
oh my God.
More than 950.
Smash the record then. Absolutely smash the record. And if they chase this is going to be one of those days where the bookies lose. This will be the worst day in the history of cricket bookmaking. I'm going to say that. This will be the worst one. Because firstly, they turn over much more on a Saturday because people aren't at work. So there's more people betting. And if you sat down and watched the first game, right, you've won all the money because you backed overs and then you backed the chase and they scored 260 and then they chased it. So you've now won all the money. You're now having all the money on overs in the second game. And Suyvanshi has hit 4 of his first 5 balls for 6. So it's pissed over. And if they chase it, I'm telling you now, this is going to be the worst day in cricket bookmaking history if they chase this. Bookies will lose fortunes. And I, for one, am very pleased about that. You've gone really quiet, Shine. You just switched off. Is that because you're gambling yourself? You're having all your money on SRH to chase it?
I mean, I think everyone knows I'm not much of a gambling guy. So.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
Yeah, but will be crazy if we're seeing more than 950 runs in a single day. That's just like a ridiculous amount of cricket. Runs being scored in a single day of cricket at the same time, right? Like, come on. And that's another great shot from him. Just times that. Gets in the right position and times it for a 4. Brilliant cricket, to be honest.
See, this is one of those pitches where all the bad balls are going for 4 or 6 and half the good balls are going for 4 or 6.
Exactly. This is precisely how they're chasing it. Because this is just good cricket, right? This is not even like a bad ball or anything from Deshpande. He had to go there to, at least bowl it out of his arc. And then after that, he bowls a full toss, which again, he creates room for himself and plays on the offside. I don't know how they call this guy a slogger, by the way, when he has such a beautiful offside game. It's beyond me. Not saying that it means he's going to be like a test match player, because we know that's That's not really the conversation here. But what he's doing, it is not lucky cricket by any means. Yes, like lucky cricket in the sense of he's not like a fluke player or anything. Because if someone who is averaging like a 30, 35 at 2 runs a ball, that cannot be a fluke. He has just been so repeatable across conditions now, right? So we've now seen, I want to say, 3 solid IPL seasons in a row. He made runs in the Asia Cup, made runs in Australia. Yes, he went quiet in the World Cup and then turned up with an 18-ball 50 on the biggest night. So, I mean, just a ridiculous... Oh, and they've dropped again. Chattu this time.
Okay, I'm going to have to watch that again. I can't believe what I'm seeing here.
Yeah, even I am confused because how has Chattu dropped? Has he dropped?
Okay, so full toss. That's it. Couldn't be much easier than that. Full toss, right? So bad ball, but it's a low full toss. So Abhishek has seen it. His eyes have lit up. He's tried to bash it straight down the ground, I think. Come off the edge and basically at pretty much at point, maybe a yard behind point, on the edge of the circle, that has gone stomach high, really slowly, to Jadeja. If you asked him what does he want in terms of a catch, he would say that one, please. And it has gone in a beautiful parabola straight into his hands and straight onto the floor. Once again, everybody, I don't understand what I'm seeing. So that is now 2.5, like definitely 2 really easy lives for the man that will chase this if you keep dropping him on the floor all the time. What are they doing? What are these teams up to?
Hilarious. Rob, do you know the funny thing was they actually switched really quick to the next over. For a bit I was like, did he even... Before you said that, you described the whole thing, I was like, was it not a drop catch? Why have they just moved on?
I'm just watching it again. Like, it couldn't be any easier. Just skewed off the edge. So what Jadeja does, right, is as the ball's coming to him, he goes like this. He goes overhand, right? And he just goes, yeah, I'm going to take this easily. And at the very last second, he does that, thinking this is the easiest catch ever. So maybe I'll put my hands underneath the ball rather than over the ball. And he then somehow drops it. Like, it must be concentration. These people, I'm going to call them something else then, cannot concentrate.
As Negative Spectrum says, I'm turning it off. This isn't good cricket and it's not fun to watch. Like, completely agree with you. I mean, we are doing this for a job, for a living, so we cannot possibly tune out.
You're getting paid for this. I need to have words with these people. So these overs, 13, 12, 19, 13, and however the hell many this goes for, you just need fielders. Like when it's a shootout, right, which is what it is, as a dreadful ball down the leg side from Bridges is helped on its way for 4 by Kishan, who joins Abhishek on 30, but he's faced 3 fewer balls to get there. If it's a shootout, right, amazing pitch, none of the bowlers are getting anything out of it. You gotta catch, right? Fielding is gonna be the difference. And I am a broken record with this, but I can't believe what I'm watching over and over again. What the hell?
Can't believe it either. That's the thing, right? Like what Negative Spectrum was saying, I completely agree with him. If I am doing this for a living, so I cannot possibly tune out. But if I was just watching this as a fan, I would be like, come on, this is horrible, horrible cricket. This is like, we don't deserve to see this level of cricket, do we? Like, seriously.
No, shouldn't do.
It's getting very irritating now. As I said, first of all, it was like a funny, like a bit of a gimmick for me. Like, oh, obviously we see drop catches and that's fine. That's part of the game. But now, when we are seeing this happen so often, in a day game, in the first innings, in the second innings, in a night game, in the first innings, in the second innings, it's unexplainable. I mean, what Tata Rare says, he's probably not wrong, right? I mean, they're fielding like they're drunk for sure.
Are they drunk? Well, it's very difficult to see from here, but yeah, I think it's a logical conclusion to draw from what they're saying. Bridges is bowling terribly badly so far this over.
Yeah,
he's gone wide, 4-4,
horribly missing
wide,
his lines.
4.
Yeah, horrible lines here.
He's bowling down the leg side, but I can understand why a bowler's brain would break watching the fielding like this. And now, right, this power play has now officially got away from them. And they're now like 66% to win this game, SRH, mainly because the fielders keep having the ball hit at them and then letting it hit the ground. I mean, the Hetmai one, what's going on there? Hetmai didn't drop that. He didn't even try and catch it. Yes, it's inexplicable because considering that the kid, did he hit 5 of his first 6 or 4 of his first 5 balls for 6? The kid,
5 of his first 6. 5 of his first 6. Yeah.
Right, they got 76 in their first 6 overs, and you think, wow, what a start that is. It's not as many as this team have got. You know, they've got 85 with another 2 balls to go, and it's pretty likely they get 90, considering how this power play.
I think what's happened is with Rajasthan, it's just Weber Suryavanshi who's having like a absolutely ridiculous season, right? I know Jaiswal has been good, but he has not been close to what he could be. I want to say, yes, there have been some games he's done well, but I don't think Jaiswal is quite at his best. What's happening with SRH Rob is that Head is not making runs, but then Kishan comes in after that, and then they do the same thing which Travis Sheikh used to do, in a sense.
Yeah.
Just now that it's Kishan and Abhishek doing the same thing. So now what we're seeing is players are going from both ends. Punjab, both Prabh Simran and Arya, they both keep going hard. I think this is the way the modern game is going now. And if you keep dropping catches, nothing is going to... Like, none of this even... We won't even be having this conversation, I think, if that Jadeja catch was taken, or even the Hetmeyer one for that matter.
The last ball of the power play is left by Abhishek. And so they've only scored 89 off the power play.
He definitely assumed it was going to be a wide, which it didn't end up being just inside the line, which is what the umpire called. And they need 10 runs and over Rob. I mean, this should be a cakewalk for them with the quality of batting that they have.
So, yeah, 89. What did they get? 76. And they've let him off at least twice, Abhishek. And this is not looking good for Rajasthan now. And I think perhaps Hetmeyer's contribution to this game overall is match costing. That's what it's looking like so far.
Of course. Yeah. It's the combination of Parag and Hetmeyer together not scoring runs enough in the balls that they faced. We had the same issue that who is the one who is going to come out and hit from the blocks. We said it was Ferreira. It was Ferreira who got like a 200 strike rate knock. So good job from him. But we were saying at the time as well that they barely got to like around 230, right? They didn't even get to 230, which seemed very possible at one point. And then in this innings, if you're dropping catches, I mean, you're just shooting yourself in the foot, man. Like, this is a game which you easily want to be winning after the start that your top 3 has given you. Especially, I mean, Weber and Jurel also getting some runs.
Yeah, I'm running out of words to say. Remember when Saeed Ajmal left the ball off Gale?
I can't remember this. When would this be?
I can't remember it. This is where you need Deepak. Total Recall. No.
That is true. I will Google it though because I'm curious now.
You're going to have to tell me.
I can't find this anywhere. Like just Googling Ajmal Gale leave. If you can tell us something about it, SPV 98282, just like in the comments, then please share it. I will look at the highlights because this game is, I mean, absolutely going in SRH's favor at the moment, and the way they are playing this, I'm not too concerned.
Saeed Ajmal and Shoaib Malik funny drop catch. That sounds. I mean, because one thing I need to watch in the breaks of these games is drop catches.
Rob, did you see the link that I shared with you? The 6-minute thing, I think, of the funniest drop catches of all time. I myself have to still see that, but she just shared it with you. So you're like...
Watch the IPL for 5 minutes. You'll see them. Right, I'm watching it now. Oh, it's Gale, right? Okay, I've just watched it. SPV 90. Thank you for bringing that into my life because
where is the drop? Can you?
So what happens here is Chris Gale, who's quite a big wicket. Chris Gale has hit the ball very easy into it's in the ring, and Ajmal is the man that should catch it. I think it's Shoaib Malik who is standing for some reason within a yard of him. So Malik is standing there like that. Ajmal goes like this, tracks the ball all the way down. All right, I'll wind it on a bit. And at the light, so let's say Malik is here. He goes.
Yeah, I'm watching it right now. Yeah. This is hilarious.
Just sort of just goes, no, thank you. That's really good, actually. Fair play. Thanks for sending that in. I don't know why I can't remember that. I must have watched it live. Parag obviously bowls over number 7 when you're 89 for 1 after 6. The man you turn to keep the runs down is Parag, well, he can't bat this tournament, so he's trying to contribute with the ball, and his first ball has gone for 4, and his second ball has smacked down on the floor.
Rob, I mean, if you want to bowl the 7th over, like from a defensive guy, just give it to Jadeja. I don't understand why they're thinking that Jadeja cannot bowl. Like I think I've liked Riyan Parag's captaincy this season for the most part. Yes, he's made a couple of mistakes as well, especially that KKR game where he didn't bowl Jadeja out. But for some reason, you have to trust Jadeja's bowling more, right? Like, we know he's not at his best anymore as a bowler, but still, he can give you 2 to 3 overs regularly in every game and 4 on his good day. Parag shouldn't be bowling ahead of Jadeja. Like, come on, I am not a fan of that.
Not in any world, no.
And he's bowled that slinger.
He just goes round arm there and comes off the Q end of Kishan's bat for 1. I mean, if he gets out of it with a couple of singles here, 9's fine.
9 is fine. I'll give you
but
that.
they were 30% to chase these at halftime, and now they're 70%. And honestly, like we keep saying it, but most of that is because the fielders can't catch.
Horrible fielding, of course. And Rob, I feel like 10 runs and over chasing these days has sort of become automatic, especially with the good teams. I mean, not if you're like a struggling Mumbai lineup where you're going at like two guys going at 120 strike rate and then getting out when you have to launch. So, just look at like not the professional is the wrong word. The top level teams right now in this league. You look at RCB, you look at Punjab. When they are chasing, it honestly doesn't even feel like it's a big deal. It's like, yeah, of course they'll chase it. Like, I honestly didn't have any issues with yesterday's chase. I knew they were going to chase it. Even when there was a bit of a funny collapse towards the end of that innings, it still felt like, oh, you still have Kronal, you still have Romario, you'll get the job done. And that was because they were NRR hunting. When Kohli and Padikkal were playing, it looked so comfortable. When Shreyas and Prabhsimran back together, when Shreyas or Vadhera or any of these guys, like they just ice it so comfortably. And I want to say that's what SRH are also doing today. Of course, no matter all of this we say is fine, but if you can't catch them, it comes back to that over and over again. We are just lost for words, guys.
Increasingly, it feels like that's all cricket is, doesn't it? It feels like it's all it is when you're playing on a road and the ball's going everywhere. Whichever team can catch is going to win, and that's basically what's happened in the last couple of days.
It has. I mean, we talk a lot about fielding and catching, right? RCB sort of won the final last year because of good catching in the deep. Salt took a brilliant catch to get that opening partnership out of the way. And then it was, I believe, Livingston who got the wicket of Inglis in that final by taking that catch at the boundary. I want to say long on around that area. And so, yes, the best teams field well and they field well when it matters the most too. So you cannot be dropping like a Shreyas Iyer or a Virat Kohli, I think, or Abhishek. Like these guys, it's very jarring, to be honest. Like, even if you want to see these guys do well because they're good players, why do you want to keep dropping them? At least there's some fun in the game if you take the catch and you let the other guys also do some of the work, right? We keep going on about how there's nothing in it for the bowlers, but if the fielders don't take their catches, of course the bowlers are going to miss their lines and lengths and lose their heads. It's a given, and there's another 4 for you.
Do you not feel though like it's a bit boring watching a bowler, try and bowl basically in the slot and it just gets slapped away for 4? There's only so much of that I can watch. Like, I don't mind the 260 chased. I don't mind it. But I don't want to watch it every day. I want to watch that one game in 20 or something. You see one of those and you're like, wow, that was good. Really good hitting. We see what these guys can do when it's flat.
Agreed.
But we don't want this every day as actual cricket lovers. We don't want to see this every day.
Same.
But to be fair to this IPL, we have had a range, haven't we?
We've had a decent range, I want to say. It's not excellent. You want to see I still feel like you want to see more variation, maybe more wickets that have help in it. Like, Ikana is good. Ikana has been one stadium, the one in Lucknow, where run scoring has been a bit tricky. Chinnaswamy early on does a bit. Mullanpur, I wanted to say, I believe that for quite a bit, but looking at these Punjab batters, they just make it look like a joke. And Delhi started off as a bit of a slow surface. Again, today we saw so many runs being scored there. So, at this point, the constant roads, it gets a bit, it's like you're watching the same game over and over again, is it not?
Yeah, these are the sort of games, right? If this is, have we actually seen a catch? Has Kishan been caught?
No,
or not?
That's not a catch.
Oh, it went.
I think that bounced before.
Okay, so let me watch that ball again. I think it probably should have been.
Oh, wait.
Watch this again.
Wait. Yeah.
So he's hit the ball.
No, that
It's in
was-
the air long
that
enough.
was-
All right, it's fallen
that
short
was-
of the fielder, but the fielder's not going forward. There's no rules
Yeah,
that say you're not allowed to walk towards the ball if you parag.
That's
Anyway,
fair, but
we're not going to count that one as a drop.
No,
In
we
that's
can't
the
count that.
hardest chance ever in this game.
definitely. Well, at least he stopped the ball, I guess. That's
As
where we are at.
we've just had 2 dot balls in a row, so that means there'll definitely be a wicket now because God knows what the bats are going to think if there's been 2 dots. Although, to be fair, that has happened a couple of times in this innings, and when there has been 2 dots, the next ball has just been sent to the boundary.
Oh yeah, the Archer over especially, right? Where he bowled 4 good balls, but the rest of them, they went for boundaries.
It's a crazy, crazy game, this.
Yeah.
And it's if you like, thrills and spills and stuff happening, you've had a great day today. There's been loads of stuff happening, as the next ball is very obviously hit for 4.
Yep.
Just
Bad
like
ball,
most balls are.
bad line, too short, I think.
Wide
No, okay,
and
not
short.
the length was
and
okay.
flat.
It's too wide, yeah. Just allowed him to play that shot quite comfortably. And we've talked about this before, right? I did that piece on Ishan Kishan where I was talking about his evolution and everything. A big reason of that, he himself has addressed that he's worked on his offside play. So we always knew Ishan Kishan was really good on the leg side. He could slog across the line and play all those pull shots and flicks and all those sorts of things. Now he's also added that to his game. So how do you even bowl to these guys?
Well, I thought they bowled quite well at the start.
Yeah,
As
when the ball was doing a bit, the first couple
Yeah.
of overs, that was good bowling. I think.
I think a good indicator of how much batting has moved on and how the game is weighted towards the bats, particularly in this competition more than any other, because you have the impact sub as well.
Yeah.
I can't get over that ball at Kishan's first ball today.
Yeah.
Archer's nearly took his head off with that ball, and he's conceded 6 runs. Like, he's bowled an
Golden
absolutely
bats.
brilliant bouncer, exactly where he wanted to bowl it, on the money, and the ball has sailed over the fence for 6. And if you're the bowler there, you think, well, why the hell do I bother? Like that, I've had to try really, really hard. I've got my body in really good condition. I've trained for years and years, and I've just got Travis Head out, who is a menace, very good bat. Now I'm facing Kishan. He's really good too. I've bowled my absolute best possible ball, and he's been done all ends up, and I've conceded 6. You must be thinking, what the hell's the point of this? As Bridges comes in for another go, feels a bit like lamb to the slaughter, doesn't it? As Kishan just knocks him down for an easy single. And they can win this in lots of different ways now. They can fall over the line, they can chase it and get a net run rate boost. And how mad is that, right? They could be looking for the net run rate boost now.
I still want to say maybe couple more overs, and then I think they completely. Then once I think it comes down under 8, 9, then I think you can fully freely play your shots, because then there is no scope for a collapse, right? Like I think that's the point where you're like fine. Again, thoughts on that fielding, Rob? Goes between two of the guys.
Oh God Almighty! I mean, that's Hetmeyer out there. Well, is
Yes, that
Hetmeyer
was him.
So Hetmeyer's lost a fair bit of weight, hasn't he? He's trimmed down quite a lot since last year, for example.
Yeah.
He's decided that he doesn't have to move in terms of the only time he's moved properly in his fielding effort today was when he moved out of the way of the ball that was going straight to him to catch it, as Abhishek carves one away for another incredibly easy ball to bring up his 50. What does this celebration mean?
He does
all the fielders are
celebration, right? This one I have not understood. I will look it up once again, but there's the other one, right? Have you seen that celebration when he scores 100? He gets like a shit out and he's showing that to all of the Orange Army.
The Dinesh Ramdin.
Love to all is what Raksha
what does that mean?
us,
People in the chat, are you reading the chat here, Cheyenne?
No, I'm not reading the chat. I'm seeing what Rakshit is telling me. He's telling me that
love to all, does it? Okay, that's nice.
Cool,
Thanks.
cool
Thanks for the love. I mean, Abhishek's awesome, but don't give him life, lad.
Yeah, I feel like he's at the most runs in this IPL now, because this is also changing quite violently. Like we're seeing many different sort of cricketers, actually different styles of good cricketers wear this orange cap, so to say. And Abhishek Sharma has been scoring at 215 in this IPL, so just ridiculous. Yeah, it's actually been fun to follow. Like, usually volumes of runs don't really matter as much in T20 cricket. I completely agree with that. But just the back and forth, I think, has been really fun to watch. And I shared the list for the top 5, right? Where we have got Abhishek Sharma now, KL Rahul, Vaibhav Suryavanshi, Virat Kohli, and Heinrich Klaasen. So, like, that's such a unique assortment of cricketers. And who would have thought, Rob, that the slowest of them all will be Heinrich Klaasen?
They're pretty good players, and Klaasen's been doing. Oh my god, as batting looks so easy, man. It looks so easy. They're 123 for 1 off 8.5. And we've spoken plenty about the drop chances, but they need less than 9.5 and over now. They win this 5 out of 6. I have no arguments with that.
So yeah, just to mention that super chat is from Content Cricket Q2D on the orange cap one, which we've obviously just talked about. So sorry, forgot to give you a shout out.
Yeah. It is. It's good that there's loads of amazing players contesting the orange
please
cap.
catch the ball at least, because I just told you 4 of these 5 they have been dropped very recently, have they not?
Yeah. If Klaasen wins it, that would be unbelievable to win it from his batting position in that team.
Yeah, that definitely. Yeah, for sure. Because likely it's going to be one of the top 3 guys, right? Where it's obviously you're going to face the most balls, and it makes sense also for players. What's not making sense to me is some of these guys who play such high volatility cricket are on top of these charts. Like from a Virat Kohli or a KL Rahul perspective, it's almost automatic, right? Like they will get you those runs because they do it over and over again. The funniest thing is that we're seeing Arya and Suryavanshi and Abhishek, all 3 of these guys who are also scoring loads of runs at the speed that they are, which is just like blowing my head off. And we also have Sanju Samson. Let's not forget Sanju Samson, who's also playing really well. By the way,
Arya is scoring at 249 this season. So Arya has 254 runs, and he's faced 102 balls.
Yeah,
I mean that's just ridiculous. And like Suryavanshi has faced 152 balls, and he's got 357 runs. That's 235 he's striking at. And I mean, how the hell do you do anything about that?
The one thing is, Rob, usually 2 runs on a ball is a good outcome, right? Like we'll definitely say that's well above par.
Yeah.
At most, maybe in the 20th over, it will be par-ish, I want to say. But generally, in most of a T20, you want to say that 2 runs a ball is a good outcome. For these guys, if you score 2 runs of a ball, their season strike rate comes down. The 3 guys that I just mentioned, the left-handed lunatic openers that we're seeing right now. That's a terrible ball. Terrible ball. Why is Ferreira bowling? Why do you not trust Ravi Jadeja to bowl?
You might as well. They've tried all the proper bowlers, but that feels like that a lot of people would hit to the boundary. That ball that he just bowled.
That's a half century for Kishan as well. Easy work. We haven't even mentioned his own stats, have we? Ishan Kishan has also scored, I want to say,
280.
Yeah, somewhere in that. 285 at 193 right now. And that's another one back into the stands. Yep. Where is Bishnoi? Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah, I've been banging on about Jadeja, but where is Bishnoi? I actually forgot about that. What?
So they have Bishnoi defending a huge target, right? And bearing in mind they were 70% to defend. They are now 10% to defend, and Bishnoi hasn't bowled yet. I want to say that again. They're 10% to defend this, and Bishnoi hasn't bowled, but everybody else has, including Donovan Ferreira bowling utter filth. Absolute filth this over.
2 overs of Donovan Ferreira and Riyan Parag is what we needed, right? Right after the power play to slow things down.
Well, it's what Abhishek and Kishan needed, isn't it?
Exactly. The funny thing is, not a single over of Bishnoi, not a single over of Ravi Jadeja. The main thing is, Rob, I was just praising Riyan Parag's captaincy, and I was like, yeah, he seems like a good leader. He's not scoring runs himself, but yes, all of those things are there. Now I feel like I might...
Abhishek's gone.
Yeah, big deal. Getting out of the stage. After he's done most of the damage, he's out. Sure.
Good catch from Jofra.
Yeah. So Still, I am not a fan of this captaincy one bit. Just bowl your main bowlers, guys. You want to slow the game down. Do you not want to have at least a chance of winning this? Parag and Rakshit tells me Parag is the least improved captain, Shai. And I mean, to be fair, this is what his first full season as a captain, and he captained a few games last time when Sanju Samson wasn't available. So we'll need more of a sample size on that. But I know who is the least improved captain in the IPL and who is the most declined captain in the IPL, and that has to be Hardik Pandya, easily, right? Like, that's not even a conversation because of what he did with GT and then coming to Mumbai and making some of the most horrible decisions you'll see.
Yeah, just agree with all that, basically. So Abhishek goes for 57 for 3 off 29. That wasn't a particularly good innings from him. And here comes Hassan. Yeah, I mean, Klassen's got 38 times in a row, hasn't he, Cheyenne?
Yeah, it's like clockwork for him these days, is it not? He had one terrible innings, I want to say, that 39 of 33 against Punjab. Outside of that, I know he's not playing at the strike rate he once used to, and he's definitely been slow by his own standards and by the league standards, but you have to also look into the context of some of those knocks, like that LSG knock where they basically lost 4 wickets for nothing and he had to do all the rebuilding job. There's often been these situations where they've lost 2 to 3 wickets very quickly, and then it's back on to Klassen to do the rebuilding work, which he has. It's just the 5th year that's been missing, and he doesn't need it today, does he, Rob?
No,
he doesn't need to go.
He showed us the 5th gear when he came in
game.
with 3 overs left or whatever and got 30 something off 13.
So
he's actually gone way up in my kind of rankings for him as he hits his second ball for a massive, great big 6. I want to say 6. I can't see it.
I think it's a 6.
So Bishnoi is actually bowling now because he comes on and bowls against Klassen because Klassen's rubbish against spin, isn't he? And I think that may have bounced just inside the rope, but I'm not sure. I'd have to see it again.
I have a feeling it went in.
4 runs.
But okay.
4 runs given. Yeah, it bounced just inside the rope, but that is quite a nice first ball from Klassen.
Second ball, right? Oh, no, it is the first ball. Sorry.
That's his first ball, yeah.
It's his first ball, yeah. Second of the over. Good stuff, good stuff. Hindra Klassen against spin, it's like one of the best sides in T20 cricket, is it not, Rob? So you do want to see more and more of this. Him just whacking spin the way he does. Give me that the 6 that he used to hit off the back foot.
Yes, so Klassen
deliveries, he would whack it.
When he was at his best, and he's not far off it now, he's getting back towards it. When he was at his best, he had kind of solved T20 cricket. He was able to smoke it and not get out. So he was able to score at strike rate 200 and average loads, which is really, really difficult. So I'm just looking at his spin numbers. This is all T20 cricket from 2023 onwards. He's averaging 42.5 against spin. And this hasn't been necessarily his best period of his career. 42.5 against spin at strike rate 157. If I just put that to IPL. Hold the line. As Bishnoi bowls again. Kishan goes again. The ball goes for 6 again.
Yep.
So since just in the IPL, he's averaging 63.2 against spin, Klassen, at a strike rate of 175. That is mental.
Yeah. Not quite Yusuf Pathan, but I'll give him that. Yusuf was putting up these numbers in early IPL 2000, late 2000s, early 2010s.
Yeah, he was an outlier.
I don't leave a
outliers,
chance to
wasn't he?
do propaganda for Yusuf Pathan, right? You should know this by now. Varun and we are obsessed with the guy. But yeah, Klassen is like the perfection of that breed of player, right? Where we've seen those guys come on early in T20 cricket, but now Klassen is the one that has made it so repeatable, doing it over and over again across leagues, across international, like in international cricket, in ODIs and in T20Is, both of those formats, which he has. Obviously, he's retired from international cricket now, and his form was not quite good leading up to this IPL, but well, now he's getting the runs, and now he's getting the strike rate too. So SRH are suddenly looking like a very scary team, Rob. Are they not?
Yeah.
And with Cummins back, just improves the bowling.
I was just about to say that. Cummins bowling really, really well for his first game back. That is a huge plus.
So we've got 8 overs of solid bowling, I want to say, with Ishan Malinga and Pat Cummins. Saqib Hussain, obviously, he's a youngster, so he will not always have great games. But if he can give you good performances, let's say every other game, with Praful Hinje being there, and obviously you have the left arm wrist spinner with Shivang, right? So it's a nice little attack now that has come along. Earlier in the season, I was like, guys, this feels like a Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy level attack. But now I think I might have to take my words back, because SRH have figured out a way of how to, assemble their bowling attack and also put up the runs that they are with the bat.
Yeah. Jadeja bowling to Klassen, he just
Finally
feels like he's going to strike him around. So usually the 12th over goes, but there has just been a wicket. And then there's always a wicket in the 13th over, don't forget. So are we going to see that next time? Doesn't feel like
that
it.
That was not the case in the afternoon game, I want to say, was it?
You sure?
Did they lose a wicket in the 13th? Not in the first innings, at least.
Okay, I'd have to look it up.
Because Rana and KL were batting, right? And they pretty much batted till the end.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, we didn't have one in this. And in the chase, even in the chase, we didn't have one. So triple stroke 5729 says, incredibly frustrated that KL knock is in a losing cause. Yeah, completely agree. I actually feel, really sorry for the guy, because he put in a career best performance and he has to end up on the losing side. Like, that must feel awful.
Yeah, but he hit the ball straight to fielder when he had 12.
I knew you were going to say that, so I had to bring the other perspective of it.
Because like, when you're KL, right, you played, an unbelievable innings and scored loads of runs, and you go to bed tonight as man of the match and all that, and probably feels fine. But you do have to remember that you got exceedingly lucky, but there are days where you get exceedingly unlucky when you're a pro sportsman, right? And so you take the luck when you get it. I'm convinced, not just with sport, but life in general, like nearly everything's luck anyway.
For sure. And Brit7575 says, not sure if this was discussed, but I feel like DC isn't coming back from today. These types of losses usually derail teams completely. You know what? I definitely see the argument in this, because they just had that game against Sunrisers too, where Sunrisers scored loads of runs and they couldn't chase that down. Then they finally bat well after those drop catches, and that also gets chased down. So that leaves you like, how are you going to win games of cricket?
The thing is, if you're Delhi, the one thing that we've all said consistently is that Delhi don't have the massive score in them, and then
the high ceiling is not
and when they do score the massive score, then they can't bloody defend it. So I agree. Like that is one where you think, what else could we have done? I mean, easy answer, same answer as every other bloody question today is to teach fielders how to catch, but. But yeah, those sort of defeats are really hard ones to sit round and go, what happened there? Because they got 20 more than I thought they were capable of in an IPL innings today, and were nowhere near defending it, were they?
Exactly. Like this, at a certain point, you have to ask what even is a safe score.
Yeah, nothing on roads. Jofra bat, yeah.
True. That has gone
straight to the fielder, and
finally.
The 13th over wicket strikes again. It always happens every time.
More than the 13th over wicket, I am glad he took the catch. That's the way.
Donovan Ferreira, and Jofra's like about flipping time is what Jofra's thinking. So they have gone only to about, I don't know, 12% to win now, Raj. But they've opened the game up at least. They've got rid of the set people, and that's a good thing to do. You got to get Klassen out, which isn't an easy thing to do. And out goes Kishan. Easy catch from Ferreira. He made the most of it and rolled around 58 times after he caught it, but fine. So second wicket for Joff. They've already done the sub. I would say that other than Klassen, right, they don't need much. They need 63 and 47, which is 8 and over. But other than Klassen, who can you depend on to chase these runs? It'd be interesting to see who they go with, because if you want to make sure you definitely win, you probably send Reddy in now, which they have. But if you want to go for your net run rate boost, because they will probably need it, then you send in Aurora or...
The issue with Aurora is he's not had a good season, right? Where we all have been talking
just
about
say,
him all
just
season.
say we're going to burn you, mate. We're going to burn you. We're going to burn your wicket. And if you get 50 off 14, then you're right back. We're right back. We've done the net run rate thing, right? I think I would have done that. I would have said,
I see the argument there, because
we're
now
probably
it's that
going to win anyway, right?
he could hit with the assurance that knowing, oh, I still have Reddy there to come if I get out, and Klaasen obviously there at the other end. So that's an interesting one, but maybe versus Archer, you don't want to expose him. You want to send in a guy that's like a better player against a high quality pacer. So I think it's fine either, to be honest. They still have comments left. He can hit a few. You'll take that. And who is the other guy? They also have Aniket, right?
Yeah.
He dropped
So
the catch.
you send I'd have sent Aurora or Aniket and said you've got...
I think then Aniket makes more sense, no?
Try and get 50 or 14, and we've won, and then we've got the net run rate boost, because it is going to come down to it, you know, as Jofra goes dot against Reddy.
Ultimately, you don't want to expose your relatively, you know, like Reddy is a better higher quality batter than
So use him if
Aurora.
You need him, but if
if he gets out, then
if net run rate is a thing, Cheyenne, which it definitely is, and it will come down to fourth will probably come down to net run rate.
It will.
And they are 88%, or they were when the wicket fell, 88% to win the game. Then you send somebody up and go try and score as quickly as you possibly can, because we're going to win anyway. And if he gets out, oh my god,
that's gone.
If he gets out, Bishnoi, is that Bishnoi? It can't be Bishnoi. He can't have done that fielding.
That was great. Brijesh. Yeah. That was
right.
Brijesh.
Okay. Brijesh. So another brilliant,
ball.
Well-directed bouncer from Jofra has nearly chopped a batsman in half. At least it didn't cost him 6 that time. It only cost him 1.
Yeah. Could have gone for 4, I think.
Just to finish that point, I would definitely send, when they've got 2 hitters, so they've got 2, you've also got Cummins, very good test bat insurance, and you've got Reddy, good test bat insurance, right? You've got 2 lots of insurance, 2 fire blankets if you need them. And you have 2 belters of the ball, right? They probably won't bat. Both of them probably won't bat here in this chase. Burn one of them. Just go right, hit as many balls as you can for 6 right now. And if you get out...
So you would expose them in front of Joff, right? You don't have an issue with that, right?
No.
Okay,
Whack it. Just go. What they're going to do now, because Reddy's come to the crease and gone... he's batting as if he's just there to steer the ship over the line, right? Steer the ship home. I don't think they're going to they're going to get a good net run rate boost that they could have had, which sounds mental when you're chasing, how many was it? 228.
Yeah.
But it'll come down to it, Cheyenne. We'll be having this conversation in 3 years' time whenever the bloody regular season ends of this competition.
I guess. So it's a very interesting take, actually. I for one don't think it's a horrible one to send Nitish right now just because Jofra is bowling. So I don't think I would have felt as confident sending in Aniket or, you know, the other guy.
What an over, by the way.
Yeah, solid. Exactly. So now I think now that this over is out of the way, they can start hitting for the net run rate. That's how I would look at it.
That was a wonderful over bowling. That.
Yeah. Terrific bowling. He's looked really good today, actually, has he not? Even the second over, which went for a few runs, he bowled like 3 or 4 really good balls in that. So, fair play.
Very, very good. So where do they go now? Do they go Bishnoi again?
How many overs of Bishnoi?
Or do you go Berger again?
Yeah. Oh, that is a good question, because maybe you don't want to feed spin to these 2 guys. Both of them play spin really well. Maybe you want to go to your fast bowler then. I like the idea of Berger then. I think Berger makes sense. Because you can't possibly win this game by keeping your bowlers for the end, right? You have to take the wickets now, or you have to stop the flow of runs now.
Yeah,
I think that's how this game has become nowadays, where you have to bowl out your good bowlers.
So here's Berger. Fair enough.
He is here. Yeah.
It's bowled a dreadful pie that has gone for 6.
Down leg. Not down leg, but yes, on the...
Yeah, that was a bit like that one he lost control of early on, and Reddy has just helped it on its way for about as easy a 6 as you're ever going to hit. Just had to follow the ball, flap the bat, and away it goes for 6. Steady as she goes. Wow, that's easy.
Yeah. No, I mean, this guy is talented, is he not, Rob? What do you
Oh,
make
yeah.
of Nitish Reddy? Whatever you've seen of him in
We
cricket
saw,
across-
so it was against Australia that he really announced
Yeah.
himself.
Yeah, he made that 100 in Melbourne.
And he played beautifully. He played beautifully doing that. And we all know how good he is. I think the issue when you've got somebody who is really talented and multifaceted with bat and ball, they end up having to do millions of jobs, and then you don't actually know what they're best at, because it's like, is he going to open the bowling? Is he going to bowl in the middle, or is he going to bowl at the end? He's doing all of them. He's going to bowl the first over. Like, why the hell is that happening? He's done that a couple of times, and they're like, this is a good idea. And then he gets welted, and you're like, maybe it isn't. Then it's like, what does he do with the bat? He fights the fire every time. Then he doesn't. Now he's going to finish. Like, it's a lot to ask of a young guy, isn't it?
Agreed. Yeah. But maybe that's the sort of development you still need early on in your career, where you're thrown into so many of these different situations that you sort of work out what is best for you, and then once you're older, you're wiser. Then you know, okay, maybe I'm going to be a hit the deck bowler in the middle overs. He's worked on his pace as well, right? And now with the bat, obviously, he's doing well in this number 5 sort of a role, and because he's a fast bowling all-rounder, he could be the potential replacement for Hardik Pandya. Can he not in the future? Because Hardik's not quite at his best anymore in the IPL, at least. Yes, he was there in 2 of the T20 World Cup wins for India, and he's not going anywhere anytime soon. Even if he's in horrible form, you pick him every time for the structural balance that he provides you. But at a certain point, Nitish Reddy will start knocking on the door. So India, I think they're blessed that they have someone of his quality coming in.
Yeah, he's very, very good. It's he feels like there aren't many situations, like, he's basically, just to summarize it in a line, he's a really good guy to have in your team. Yeah, because he can do loads of stuff. And because India are so good, they don't really need him anywhere near their T20 team, to be fair. They don't really need him, but he walks into England's team. And he walks into, I mean, England have been crying out for players like him since England was a country, basically. England played lots of, poor man's versions of Reddy for many, many years in ODI, bits and pieces all rounders. But he's a bits and pieces all rounder that is really good at all of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. How much of the first game could you catch, Rob? Like, this game is obviously pretty much straight.
How much what? Sorry.
How much of the first game were you able to catch?
So I was playing basketball and football in the park with my daughter, so not much.
Nice.
I live about 20 minutes from Manchester, so we get 2 days of sunshine a year here. And when the sun is shining, I am not watching people drop catches for my fun. I'm getting to the park and I'm getting out there. So I then I got home, had a shower, and watched the game on like 4 times speed that I'd recorded. So I know what happened in the game, and I sort of saw it, and I watched the drop catches a few times because I'm sick in the head, I'm a masochist. So I can tell you what happened in the game, but did I watch it properly? No, I didn't. I saw the last hour.
Yeah, that's sort of what happens with me too, because I had gone for that LSG meet and greet event, as I was saying, and I was watching it there with the other guys who were also there. I was watching like the first 8 overs of that, and then obviously the event started. So you're like, I can't use